I wanna talk with you. Here I go calling you, block me again. Calling through apps and I'm texting your friend. If I tell you I love you, I mean it. But you know I'm still fighting my demons. Oh, damn. Maybe you acting so crazy. Answer the phone and you not gonna say shit. Playing them games, I'm not about to chase you. Making them statuses, calling me basic. Oh, that's how you been feeling lately. Send me the voicemail, testing my patience. Working my nerves like we on the day shit. Could've been major. Insecurities really just made you believe I'm a player. No, I can't lay you, and I can't give you no time. I gotta get back to the paper. Speaking of paper, I need it so much in my hand I can't even fit in the state. But I can't wait up, hoping one day you wake up. Wake up. I wanna fuck with you. I wanna talk with you. Here I go calling you, block me again. Calling the wax and I'm texting your friend. If I tell you I love you, I mean it. But you know I'm still fighting my demons. Oh, don't wanna fuck with you. Don't wanna talk with you. Calling my phone, you do it again. Like you never seen texting my friends. I love you, I mean it. If I told you I love you, I mean it. Oh, don't wanna fuck with you. Don't wanna talk with you. Calling my phone, you do it again. Like you never seen texting my friends. I love you, I mean it. If I told you I love you, I mean it. If I told you I love you, I mean it. If I told you I love you, I mean it. Get the likes up, y'all. We finna get started. Let's go. Get the likes up. Let everybody come into the room. Let's go. It's been a while since we did some content. Let's go, let's go. Look, I apologize for telling lies. For every night you stayed up and all the times you cried. Broken hearts on timelines, trapped in our confines. Love's a contract, signing blood on dotted lines. We perfect on the gram, but in person we a mess. All the filters in the world couldn't cover up this mess. We was goals to the people, but the love couldn't last. Posting pictures of the future, but we stuck in the past. We would argue every Friday, make up every Sunday, breaking up at midnight, back together Monday. Love is like a cycle, spin around on the runway, crashing every season, but taking off the same way. Say you want the truth, but you crumble when it's shown. You the type to break the windows and complain about the stone. See, I deleted all the text, but screenshots never lie. I was saying I was working, but I was really outside. I was caught up in the cycle, I can't seem to let it end. I was breaking every vow, but swearing all of men. I'm faithful on the gram, but a villain in the flesh. Two faces in the mirror, both toxic, both a mess.
I used to believe in you, hung on to every word you said. Thought it was me and you, but you had other plans instead. You couldn't stay true, you welcomed her into our bed. You must have lost your mind, you must be out your head, yeah. 'Cause you're a snake, you're a liar, I'll bring rain, I'll bring fire, and you won't know peace. You're a clown, you're a fool, but the joke's on you, 'cause you messed with me. I don't get hurt, no, I get even. Best believe it's heartbreak season. I'll bring rain and I'll bring fire, and you won't know peace. You won't know peace, no. You won't know peace. You won't know peace, no, no. You won't know peace.
salute. You know I gotta take a shot, man. It's gonna be one of them nights. Give me a second. If y'all can't hear me good, I'm gonna get on my mic in just 1 second. Hold on, gang. Cheers to the gang. Cheers to the gang. Cheers to the mother effing gang, man. Salute. Cheers, y'all. Hold on. Ooh, child. All right. Let's get started on this damn stream. Y'all ready? Hey! No, I'm tone bite. We back, Ratchet Gang. We back with another one. We back with another banger. Let's get the likes up. Look, you might have forgot. Hell, they might have forgot. But you already know it's the king. Too loyal, no, I'm tone bite. It's RatchetTV. Hey, y'all already know, man. Y'all already know. Get the likes up if you in the building. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Tap that notification bell so you can get the drop. Whenever I drop, so boom. Man. We got to talk, Ratchet Gang. We got to chop it up. Look, we got to talk about the David situation tonight. Celeste Hernandez Rivas. We got to get into that. Rivas, excuse me. We got to get into that. We got to get into the Kada Scott situation. We got to get into a few more cases. Gabriella Sharp. And then there's another case that I'm going to throw in the mix that y'all probably haven't even heard about out of Atlanta. So I got something for y'all. Salute. Y'all be on, man, y'all finna be on your toes tonight and on the edge of your seats. Everywhere, y'all, it's gonna be loose and allegedly, and everything I say is alleged, and it's all under the Fair Use Act. And you can see the Fair Use disclaimer in the description of this video and in the description of all my videos. This is just for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is just to educate my people on what we've been covering over here. Like I said, it's all under the Fair Use Act, and you can see the Fair Use disclaimer in the description of this video, and everything I say is alleged. Allegedly, y'all. Salute to, I told y'all one of my moderators had a damn honey bun for me when I cast it, man. I'm just waiting for it. It's all good. When I go live, I'm gonna get my honey bun. Salute, I appreciate you. I love you, Crazy Legs. Salute says, new levels, new devils. Let's go, Ratchet Gang. Let's keep our feet on their necks. Salute. My phone over there, look, man, I don't know what the fuck happened to my charger. But my charger just stopped fucking working. My good charger I gotta go get a new charger, man, because the charger I got two chargers and they just, I'm talking about my damn Android phone. It took that phone like 7 hours to fucking charge. This phone, right? I'm just gonna get rid of this phone. This phone is gone. I'm getting rid of this one. This iPhone, I'm getting rid of it. So yeah, I'm done with this phone. But the thing is, I don't want the iPhone 17. So I don't know if I'm finna just leave the iPhone altogether. I really only been holding on to this phone thinking like, do I want an iPhone still? Because I don't want to go buy the same phone again. Because I got the 16. I don't like the 17. I don't know, bro. But the new AI on the Galaxy, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Anyway, that's my problem. Y'all tell me in the chat, what phone should I get? Should I get the iPhone 17 or should I get the new Samsung? Y'all tell me, man, Android or iPhone? What should I get, man? Because I don't know, dog. This iPhone is just, this is the Android right here. The iPhone is right here. The iPhone just, I said this phone gone. No. This phone is my Android. This is a good phone. It just takes forever to charge this fucking phone with my charger. But this phone is a good phone. The Android is cool. The iPhone sucks. This is my Android, but the iPhone sucks. All right, but anyway, I might just leave the iPhone, bro. I'm really considering just leaving the iPhone. But anyway, we've been behind the scenes working our butts off on the Kada Scott case. We have been working our butts off on the we really haven't been on the David situation, but I've been tuned in. I've really been covering this David situation and trying my hardest to figure out what the fuck is going on. So we got some unfortunate news tonight in the David situation. And I see the crowd kind of really wants the David case. And we also going to throw in at the end, I know this is not going to be the most popular one, so I'm pretty sure this will be the last one we do. or the other one I got. I got two more cases that I'm gonna throw in here tonight for y'all. We're gonna be here for a while because I haven't been up here doing content for y'all. I really took like a week off, bro. I really just been chilling. And tomorrow's another big day, big night. So let's just get it together, man. Let's just take it easy. We're gonna ease our way through the content tonight. We got no rush. We got nowhere to be. I don't give a fuck if you got to go to work in the morning. Hey, who cares? You're gonna be up a little late tonight. It is what it is. All right. So, are y'all ready to get started? The David situation. I did a poll. What do y'all want to start with? The David case or the Kada Scott case? Or do you want to just throw in the Gabriella Sharp case? What do y'all want to do? Let me get over here to my phone. If I keep leaving the screen, it's because this cord is so goddamn small. Hold on. All right. Let me look at the poll. Damn, the Kada Scott situation and the David ones are neck and neck. It is neck and fucking neck. Some people want the Gabriella Sharp case too, but I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna start with. Look, let me take another shot because I'm gonna give y'all some time to vote on that poll right there. There's a poll right there in the chat. If you vote on, I believe it's right there. Is it right there? Yeah, it is. All right. So yeah, if you vote on that poll right there at the bottom of the chat, vote on that poll. We can know how we're gonna start this content, and we can get started as soon as we get over. Let's try to get 500 votes. What do we got? We got 300. Yeah, can we get 200 more people in here to vote on the poll? And salute to No Coincidence and Bossy for getting their wrenches. You know what I'm saying? Normally, I know some of my moderators be like, you got to have a membership to get a moderator wrench. Them two people work a lot in my damn Discord server. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, they get the honorary moderators in here. So, they work a lot in the Discord server. So it's only right they come over here and we roll out the red carpet for them on YouTube. All right, are y'all able to hear me good? Drop the gems if y'all can hear me. Drop the gems if y'all can hear me fine. Drop the eyeballs if you cannot. I want to get everything perfect tonight. We haven't been on YouTube doing content with the camera on for a minute. I've really been chilling behind the scenes. I've been working, but I've just been quiet. And when I get quiet, there's fucking trouble. I'm gonna be real. When I get quiet, there's fucking trouble. Now, in the Kada Scott case, how do I say this? I don't know how I feel about the three people I brought on the platform, which would be the Evron, I think that's how you say his name, Diaz, and Bree. Now, it's been a lot of information coming up on the scenes, behind the scenes, all over the damn scenes. Who is it? Salute to Cocoa Butter for the 20 piece. I appreciate you. Salute. I appreciate that 20 piece McNugget. Salute. Make sure y'all double tap the screen and get the likes up. Support the channel. Subscribe to the channel. I don't know. I'm gonna be real. I don't know how I feel about those three, but I do know how I feel about salute to Binky for that membership. I don't remember how long you was a member, Binky, because I let it pass. But salute to Johnny Kate. It's your 12 month. Drop the flowers for Johnny Kate and for Binky. You've been here for 1 year, Johnny Kate. 1 year anniversary. Salute. Thank you for being a member for Ratchet Gang for so long, man. I appreciate that. Salute. All right. So let me do it like this. Do you guys feel like Bree is involved? Drop the gems if you think Bree is involved. Drop the eyeballs if you do not. Drop the gems if you think Bree is involved. Drop the eyeballs if you do not. Damn it. I hate when this shit happens. Why did it always do that shit? All right, boom. Let's go right here. I got a bunch of receipts. Oh, did I, trying to make sure I sent myself everything. Yeah. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, I did. All right. Who is that? Yeah, salute to everybody, man. I don't know. I'm all over the place right now, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It's really because. So, do y'all think Bree is involved? Drop the gems if you do. Drop the eyeballs if you do not. Is Bree guilty or innocent? Is Bree involved? Drop the gems if you think Bree is involved. The psychic. Drop the gems if you think she's involved. Drop the eyeballs if you do not. See, now this is I've even tried to defend this lady because something in me tells me that it's possible that she was probably used. The more I look at it, I'm just Look, I'm gonna put it like this. This is Ratchet TV talking. So Bree, if you listening, and I'm pretty sure people probably told you I said shit that I probably didn't say. They probably told you that I did shit that I didn't do. Same goes for you, Diaz, and same goes for all y'all. People probably hit you up and lied on me, and you probably took the bait. But let me tell y'all something that I said to y'all, said about y'all behind the scenes, and I'm gonna tell you on the scenes. Salute to Angie for the $5. Do you rations ratchet? Huh? I don't know what the hell you said, but salute to you for the $5. I appreciate you. I said this about y'all behind the scenes. I said I don't think that none of you three will be arrested. Now, do you know more than you're telling me? Possibly. Oh, and salute to Be Ready for getting the membership. Y'all know he my producer, so yeah, he definitely get the moderator range. I don't know why I didn't do that a long time ago. I was just looking at, hold on, why my boy Reddy ain't why my boy Reddy ain't got a membership? I mean, ain't got a moderator range. You don't need one. You good. You be making the beats, so it's all good. All right. Yeah, I don't think that they're going to jail. But I tell you who I do think is a suspect. I think D is a suspect, and I think Gabby is a suspect. Do I think Bree knows more? Bree is the one person that, this would probably be crazy to y'all, that I think is probably in the blind here. But I think that some people probably use the fact that she does this and does that and kind of fed information to kind of make it look like, oh, the abilities, you know what I'm saying? But really it's behind the scenes knowledge that got you the information. Now that I do know. This isn't something that you thought and conjured up in your mind. This is something that was told to you. That I know. So do you know more? Yeah, of course you do. I don't believe that you got downloads and no shit like that. I believe that the information was downloaded from somebody hitting you up on the back end and just be like, look, you know what I'm saying? You might want to be, you know what I'm saying? Might want to go look over in this direction type shit. And I think that D confessed to you. I do believe like D confessed to you on that phone. I see you've been doing your clout chasing tour though. You've been going on a clout chasing tour of interviews and which is do whatever you do. Do what you do. Just watch my shoes. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do, but watch my shoes. Let's keep it a buck. Get the likes up, y'all. Double tap this screen. We finna get into some bullshit tonight. I'm gonna be real. We gonna get into a lot of bullshit, especially with the David case too. I got some unfortunate news for y'all in the David case. Do y'all want me to break that news right now? Well, you probably already heard it, but if you didn't hear it, you'll hear it here first. But if you heard it somewhere else first, I don't really give a fuck, because I'm gonna tell you right here anyway. Let's keep it a big buck. All right? So get these likes up. Where we at on the likes? Hold on. We got 292 likes. Look, at 400 likes, I'll start talking about the information. I need y'all to double tap the screen. That's all you got to do is double tap the screen. If I can get 400 likes on this screen, we're going to get started. I'm going to start the show as soon as we get 400 likes. I promise you. If everybody in this motherfucker just double tap the screen, we'd have 600 likes right now. But I know some of y'all some haters, though. Some of y'all don't support me. I be getting hated on everywhere I go, bro. I'm going to be real. I be getting hated on everywhere. I get in the little Facebook groups, niggas be hating on me, and Instagram niggas is trolling me, hating on me. YouTube, they hating on me. I gotta be doing. So, but a girl hit me up today. See, this is what I'm gonna tell y'all. This is how I know some of y'all don't understand the laws of attraction. Do you not know the more you hate on me, the more women are gonna be attracted to me? I was in a Facebook group, and I'm talking about, there was a lot of women on the post that I had made, and then they were dropping pictures and shit because of what I said. I made a statement saying most women don't even want to, it don't even matter. But I just basically said most women are catfish. And every girl in the group just started dropping fucking pictures. But it was a bunch of hating ass motherfuckers in the building. There was a lot of people hating. How do I get this off my damn screen? There was a lot of people hating in the building, you know what I'm saying? And a girl hit me up in my DM and was like, damn, you got everybody hating on you. Not knowing you just opened the door for some. You see what I'm saying? You're opening doors that would not necessarily be open. I got girls just jumping in my DMs like, damn, man, why everybody so mad at you? Y'all goofy as hell. That's what I'm saying. Y'all just so goofy. You gotta be the goofiest. Be like, anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let me take this shot. Salute to the game, man. We don't get into this bullshit tonight. Salute. Cheers, y'all. Hold on.
man. All right, let's get started. The David situation. Oh, hold on. We still ain't got 400 likes. Hold on. We still need 40 people. We still need 40 people to double tap that screen. Now, y'all think I'm bullshitting. We still need 40 people to double tap that screen. Y'all think I'm playing, huh? Hell nah, bro. Y'all think I'm playing. I think some of y'all think it's sweet over here. Nah, it ain't sweet. Like, this is RatchetTV. It ain't sweet on this side. Let's keep it a buck. It ain't sweet over here. But come on, y'all, man. Double tap that screen, man. We got 360 likes, man. Come on. 360 likes. Boy, I know y'all lying. All right, whenever 40 people double tap that screen, when 40 people double tap that screen, I'm going to give y'all this David information, man, and we finna get started on the show. Make sure y'all vote on that poll. Let me see where we at on the poll, though. The poll says 46% say David, so I got to switch my whole show around. I thought we were starting with Kada Scott tonight. I thought we was. So right now, it looks like we're about to start with David. So while we waiting on these last bit of likes, y'all better vote on that poll because that's going to determine how this show starts. I'm trying to see, what do y'all want, bro? How do y'all want this show to start? I'm waiting on y'all. How do y'all want the show to start? It's too close. It's right there, neck and neck, David and Kada Scott. So one of them is finna get on the back burner because something is finna go first, and we finna get into some bullshit right now. So what are we gonna start with, David or Kada Scott? Y'all let me know in the chat. David is winning. David is winning. We need 8 more people to double tap their screen and we get started. All right, I know we finna get them likes. So check this out, y'all. The police have came out and made a decision on the David Scott, on the David case. Has anybody been aware of what the police came back and said? Drop the gems if you already know where I'm going with this. Drop the eyeballs if you have no idea. Drop the gems if you already know where I'm going to go with this David case. Drop the eyeballs if you do not. Who dropped me that 20? Salute. Oh, that was Cocoa Butter. Salute. Okay, I already said salute. All right, make sure y'all double tap the screen though. So, in the David situation, the police have come out to say there will be no arrest made in the David case. They're done. They've come out to allegedly say she did it to herself. It was ooh-eyed. They're going to rule her death as self-inflicting wounds or something. They've said that, look, we can't determine anybody did anything to her. We don't know nothing. She did it. She put herself in the car. She did it to herself. This is allegedly, y'all, but allegedly that's why no arrest has been made. They're saying that she did it to herself. She put herself in the car, allegedly. This is what the cops are saying. So pretty soon they're going to determine this. There's no suspects. David got away with it. Whatever happened, it's over. They said David, from what I've been told, the police have come out to say David won't be arrested. He will not. He will not be charged with anything. There's no arrest that will be made in this case. He didn't do nothing to her. They're going to even disregard the fact that he even possibly had a relationship with her. They don't know nothing. They said they don't have any information on anything. They know that she did it to herself, and that's it. David is clear. The bodyguard is clear. The manager is clear. Everybody is clear. Even though he had people going in and out that house and they know she was there, they can't prove it. They don't know nothing. We didn't see nothing. We don't know nothing. We don't know how she got there. We don't know what she was doing. We just know she was in there and she did it to herself. They're not going to even investigate this any further. David got away with it. And then David just dropped a song the other day taunting Celeste, allegedly. I don't know. Have y'all heard that song? Drop the purple hearts if y'all heard it. Drop the purple hearts if you heard it. Drop the demon emojis if you did not. Drop the purple hearts if you heard the song where he was basically, kind of taunting Celeste a little bit, it seemed like. Drop the demon emojis if you didn't. Drop the purple hearts if you did. Man. So look at this. David dropped the song and he was basically, popping his shit. But then he deleted the song, right? As soon as he dropped it, he deleted it. So he could be like, oh, no, that was AI. Salute to Patricia Snell. Says double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. Thank you for the $10, Patricia. Salute to Patricia. Double tap that screen for Patricia. Also, thank you, Jennifer Welsh, for being a member for 7 months. Jennifer Welsh says cheers. I think Jennifer Welsh just told me, hey, this is my 7-month anniversary. Take a shot with me, Big Ratchet. All right, I got you, Jennifer. Jennifer Welsh, salute. We finna get started as soon as we done. All right, so I'll pour up a little small shot here. All right. Because I've been and finished that goddamn bottle. Y'all know my ass can drink. All right, salute. So we finna get started. Let me take this shot with Jennifer. And we gonna come on, Ratchet Gang. Salute. Cheers. All right. Let's see what the votes say. The votes say, okay, it's David. We're starting with David. So I gotta switch my whole show around. Hold on. I gotta switch my whole show around. I really thought y'all was gonna. I thought they would say otherwise. Okay, that's on me. That's on me. All right, so let me get over here to this. How did I start?
New information in the Celeste Rivasky.
Okay, I do got it David first. Oh, I do got it David first. My bad. All right, bet. Oh, never mind. I did have it David first. That's crazy. I thought I had it the other way. Okay, let's go. Let's go, gang. Y'all ready? All right, are y'all ready? Let's get started. Man. Let's get started on the David case, gang. This is the David case. Like I just told y'all, allegedly, no arrests are going to be made in this case, y'all. Allegedly, David got away with murder. Celeste Rivas case updates. No criminal charges, everybody. No criminal charges in the David case.
New information in the Celeste Rivas case seems to suggest that no criminal charges are forthcoming. I'm a forensic scientist and a former CSI, and it seems as though there hasn't been a lot of news coverage on this case in recent days, but there have been updates kind of trickling out here and there. It's been reported by a PI who had access to the home that David or somebody in the house had opioid pain prescriptions available to them. And I've long said, I think one primary consideration in this case is going to be the possibility of overdose.
So now they're going to come out to say either ooh-eyed or she took pills that were prescribed to someone else. They had pain meds, and they're going to say she had an issue, and she had a little problem, and she took these pain meds, and she took too many of them, and she ended up passing away. Man. So they're going to possibly say she OD'd. They're going to say Celeste OD'd, and she was on her own when she did it. No dismemberment. Just OD.
Or somebody in the house. So there hasn't been a lot of news coverage on this case in recent days, but there have been updates kind of trickling out here and there. It's been reported by a PI who had access to the home that David or somebody in the house had opioid pain prescriptions available to them. And I've long said, I think one primary consideration in this case is going to be the possibility of overdose. And then just a couple of days ago, the police department basically came out and said,
the Los Angeles Police Department confirmed Thursday with KTLA that no additional criminal charges have been substantiated in the investigation surrounding the death of 13-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose body was discovered earlier this year after she had been reported missing. In a statement provided by KTLA on November 6th, the department said its prior news release stands on its own, reaffirming that no crime other than concealment of a body may have occurred. The Los Angeles District Attorney's Office said, whatever, y'all see it. They said only thing other than her overdosing, allegedly, is that somebody concealed their body. They just don't know who. But no criminal charges. So what do you mean? You should be saying you're trying to figure out who did that so you could file additional charges. But I don't know. What do y'all think?
Our prior press release stands on its own. This is just on November 6th that they came out and reaffirmed that no crime other than concealment of a body may have occurred. And they also have not presented anything for prosecution at this point in time. Typically, the medical examiner in Los Angeles County closes their cases within 90 days. We have not yet reached 90 days, but we're about 8 weeks out from the time that Celeste's body was found. And that's typically when you would expect to have toxicology results back. So it's possible that tox results have come back and that they were inconclusive or that they were not supportive of any particular cause or manner of death. Even if she had died from an opioid overdose, it would be really, really difficult at this point to prove intent, to prove that somebody purposefully caused her to overdose. It's just not typically a prosecutable cause of death. The other thing that makes this difficult is although there might have been a statutory situation between Celeste and David because of her age, it's really difficult to prove at this point in time without a living victim. All in all, a very frustrating situation, but it seems to me that we might not really see any criminal charges in this case.
So what do y'all think about that? Allegedly, allegedly, there will not be any additional criminal charges in this case. Allegedly, y'all. I don't know how, I mean, I do know how I feel, but I don't know what the fuck is wrong with the police, bro? In every case, and then you get people who actually trust the police. I'm like, how do y'all trust the goddamn police at this point? All right. How the fuck do y'all trust the police, bro? Let's continue.
I have an update on the David and Celeste Rivas case, so let's talk about it. Now, apparently, David and nobody will be charged in this unaliving of this little girl because apparently it's being said that nobody did anything to her. So even though she was found in his car that was apparently stolen, that he never reported missing, she was dismembered and found in his car. But nobody did this. Also, in one of his homes, there was a lot of people going in and out. They found pills. They found a number of things in the home that was really odd. So with that being said, Celeste Rivas will not be getting justice and nobody will be taking accountability for her unaliving. This little girl was 15, taken advantage of, and now she is gone. What do you guys think is going on?
So what are your thoughts on that? There will be no additional charges, no accountability. I just don't see, they're saying they can't prove that it was a statutory R word. They can't prove that there was a relationship. They can't prove that it was actual. They can't prove anything. But why was a runaway at your fucking residence? Why was a 15-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old runaway at your residence? Salute G Money for the 20 piece. Salute G Money, man. Says, I told you, now he finna drop an album and Interscope Records finna milk his pockets. Nah, big facts, bro. They are big facts. That's big facts. Man. Yep, that's big facts. They definitely about to milk it. They about to eat this shit, bro. I'm talking about that dude is finna go platinum. Mark my words. David gonna drop a single that's gonna go through the fucking roof. His album is gonna do numbers. He's gonna go platinum. He's gonna be one of the biggest artists in the world. He made his sacrifice. This dude just made it. He just let the world know. He let the elites know he down to play. Get rid of her. He don't give a shit. He did it. We all know David is responsible for this shit. But I also told y'all, if he gets away with this, that's his sacrifice. He needed it to further his career. He had to get rid of somebody. They know he's into the little ones, so they always got somebody who's gonna lead the youth and bring the smaller, younger generation into his presence. David is a psychopath. David is a fucking psychopath, allegedly. Allegedly, y'all. Allegedly, David is a psychopath. But that's the news coming out, is that David is going to get away with this.
Real has this enormous gift to the defense just dropped into their lap. It all goes to a myriad of pill bottles found in DA David Anthony Burke's home. A myriad of pill bottles belonging over here to a myriad of people that were living there in and out and in and out. Based on those pill bottles and so far a lack of a COD, cause of death, does this mean no one will answer up for a dead teen girl decomposing in a hot car trunk? Or that Celeste was living in the home of David Anthony Burke, aka D4vd. He says, David. Straight out to special guest Steve Fisher joining us, missing persons private investigator, search and rescue specialist, owner of Search Investigation, who is hired by the owner of Burke's Mansion. Now, I want to get to the fact that there is no COD right now. In my experience, a toxicology report, a screening would have come back by now, which leaves me concerned, Steve Fisher, that we're not going to get an accurate toxicology report. Why? Because she basically baked and melted in that Tesla trunk. Tell me about the pill bottles, the numerous pill bottles scattering D4vd's mansion.
When they moved out of the house, they left the rest behind, and we found opiate prescription medications. Now, I can't say that they weren't taking these as prescribed, but of them in the house, and there's other, paraphernalia that we use for recreational drugs.
Okay, stop right there, Steve. You're on Crime Stories. There's no wiggle room. When you say drug paraphernalia, what do you mean? Please be specific.
Vaping, not just like tobacco, but also other, items. There was many of them, and then also.
And don't worry, Steve. I understand your paraphernalia was used for. I simply asked you. Let me rephrase it for you. What you found. I'm not asking you who it belonged to, who used it, or how it was used. So, 1, 2, 3. What did you find, Steve Fisher?
Man, she is something else, boy. She is on his ass. She said, I'm not gonna fuck around with you, dude. What the fuck was in that house? I want to know now what was in that damn house.
Tobacco, but also other, items. There was many of them, and then also.
And don't worry, Steve. I understand your paraphernalia was used for. I simply asked you. Let me rephrase it for you. What you found. I'm not asking you who it belonged to, who used it, or how it was used. So, 1, 2, 3. What did you find, Steve Fisher, in D4vd, David Anthony Burke's rented mansion, specifically?
There was a few bottles of that, and then there was paraphernalia they can use to smoke different types of drugs. It's something you find in a smoke shop.
Okay, opiates can mean any.
So they found a lot of opiates and things that you can light up and smoke. They really wouldn't get into detail, but I could tell you're not talking about THC or CBD. So what the fuck was this little girl over there doing? What kind of rugs were in front of this little girl? What the fuck was y'all over there doing, getting this little girl lit and with grown men? And why is nobody being charged with being around a minor? What the fuck is going on? Like, there's nobody even looked at for being around this minor.
There's been a major update in the case of David and Celeste, as David just released a song. I mean, you're gonna want to hear this. Just yesterday, thousands of people got a BandLab notification that David released a new song titled Rush, but minutes later, it vanished. The song was apparently created on October 2nd, and some people think it was released on accident, and others think it was on purpose. Here are the lyrics. Thought we were taking it slow, but you don't want to wait on me. Many people were speculating that this was about Celeste wanting to talk to other guys and David being jealous, or it was about her not wanting to wait until she was of age. He then says, say you love me, then you say goodbye. Had a feeling you would leave my side. I still think about you day and night. The simple things always made me cry. Do I miss you? I can't decide. If I have issues, then I'm alright. If you love me, then please don't lie. Baby, you're supposed to be mine. If something changed, can I at least know why? Because I don't ever want to waste your time. Talk to other guys and David being jealous, or it was about her not wanting to wait until she was of age. He then says, say you love me, then you say goodbye. Had a feeling you would leave my side. I still think about you day and night. The simple things always made me cry. Do I miss you? I can't decide. If I have issues, then I'm alright. If you love me, then please don't lie. Baby, you're supposed to be mine. If something changed, can I at least know why? Because I don't ever want to waste your time. The chorus repeats, then he says, you get mad it didn't go your way and you don't listen to a thing I say. The way I feel is written on my face because you want somebody to take my place. And if this actually is referencing Celeste, it's insane and tells us how he actually felt about their relationship. I don't know, let me know what you guys think about this, but rest in peace to Celeste, and as anything comes out, I'll keep you guys updated.
What do you guys think about the lyrics of David's new song? What do you guys think about the lyrics of David's new song about Celeste called Rush? He was trying to rush and she didn't want to rush. She wanted to take her time and, just fall in love with him allegedly. And he said, "You're wasting my fucking time." He wanted to crack a little one. He was trying to crack that, and she was trying to wait, and he rushed her, and now he thinks about her day and night. I'm gonna take a shot, man. This is sick, bro. Fuck is wrong with the world, man? What kind of world are we living in right now, gang? What kind of world are we living in right now, gang, where this is acceptable and he can just get away with this shit, and nobody thinks it's sick? He wanted to rush. Yeah, he did want to rush. Salute to Red Velvet for that $5. I appreciate you, Red Velvet. Cheers, y'all. Cheers. Salute, salute, salute. Let's get into the next video, man. This is sick. Let's get into the next video. Cheers, y'all. Man.
So I wanted to elaborate a little bit more on the statement that was made by LAPD regarding the death investigation for Ms. Celeste or Celeste Rivas Hernandez. If you would like to hear the most recent updates regarding the private investigator Steve Fisher, then it would be the video before this one. This article was posted by Los Angeles Magazine. LAPD stands by no further crimes confirmed in death of Celeste or Celeste Rivas Hernandez. LAPD told KTLA the only confirmed offense in the case of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez is the concealment of her body. A statement that's now sparking questions as critics urge prosecutors to examine her alleged relationship with
Salute to Binky for the $5. Thank you, Binky.
20-year-old David. The Los Angeles Police Department confirmed with KTLA that no additional criminal charges have been substantiated in the investigation surrounding the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose body was discovered earlier this year after she had been reported missing. In a statement provided to KTLA on November 6, 2025, the department said its prior news release stands on its own, reaffirming that no crime other than concealment of a body may have occurred. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office also told the outlet that no case has been presented for review or prosecution. However, this doesn't change the fact that someone hid Ms. Rivas's body and someone should be charged and punished. Following the KTLA report, several journalists, advocates, and online commenters expressed frustration that investigators have not publicly addressed the nature of the relationship between the artist and the minor. And Steve Fisher did make a comment regarding LAPD's most recent statement. Nowhere in the press release or in any official statements has there been mention of an investigation into the relationship David had with Celeste. Yes, that could be a difficult case to prove because Celeste is no longer here to testify, but that does not mean it should not be pursued. Even if people close to Ms. Rivas are unwilling to cooperate because it would expose their knowledge of the illegal relationship, charges should still be filed. We must prove we will protect children from predators. Law enforcement sources told KTLA that the case remains technically open, but reiterated that as of this week, no new evidence of additional crimes has been confirmed. Community advocates, meanwhile, say they will continue to pressure the LAPD and District Attorney Nathan Hodgman's office to pursue a broader inquiry. So that's all that I have for you guys today, but I just wanted to give a deeper look into LAPD's statement and how people are feeling about it. Thank you so much for watching, and rest in peace to Ms. Celeste or Celeste Rivas Hernandez. May she get justice.
Well, she's not going to get justice. That's the crazy part. That's the most effed up part about all this is Celeste ain't going to get no justice. It's over. There is no justice. The case is, they about to wrap the case up.
I'm sorry. Even if that's something that they're going to try to come with, which I can believe what he's saying that they might try to come with. It was an accidental overdose. Do not fall for that.
We did find opiate prescription medication bottles in the house. Now, they could, whoever those were, they could be taking them 100% legitimately. So just because you have pain medication, but there was.
Why don't y'all look into it?
A few bottles of it in that.
Why don't you look into it? Don't just say they could have possibly been taking them. Just ask somebody for the fucking prescription. Whose were these and where's the fucking prescription?
House and my gut tells me, I have no inside information on this at all, but my gut tells me the way things are lining up right now, I have a feeling this is probably going to be something like an accidental overdose. And
That's not right. That's not right. I don't agree with that. A child cannot accidentally overdose on something that's given to them by an adult, and the adult not charged with a particular crime, because whoever gave Celeste the medication, they gave it to her for a particular cause, for a particular purpose, for their own reasons, which we don't know, right? We are only speculating on what the information that we are given and how that information is portrayed to us, right? So we don't know what happened. We don't know how she got the medication. We don't know if she took the medication on her own. To me, even if she took the medication on her own, that's still not her fault to me. As her being a minor, as her being a runaway, as her being in the vicinity of someone who was supposed to be her boyfriend, that was basically, I would consider him to be a predator, right?
Would you guys consider David a predator? Does everybody in this room feel like David was into young chicks? Does anybody in this room feel like David is a predator? Let me know in the chat. Do you feel like David is a predator? Yes or no? Let's see. Is David a freaking predator to those poor kids? And the crazy part is, somebody said no. Hold on, who said no? Lil Pretty Love said he's not. I mean, we're not judging over here. Hold on, what the hell? All right, one person in the room named Lil Pretty feels like he's not. Everybody else says yes. Okay, so if David's not a predator, then answer me this. Why was a 15-year-old girl at his house? She was allegedly a runaway, which we know she wasn't a runaway for the whole time they said she was gone, but the girl was a runaway. No one knew where she was. But her family did say you came and picked her up and never took her back. So she went to a movie with you. You were paying them money. You were making songs about her. You was, oh, Celeste, the girl with the flower on her dress. Oh, baby, I am so impressed. Whatever the fuck you said. You're so sick. You're weird. In the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry. No, not a single tear. What the fuck was that about? In the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry. No, not a single tear. Yo, you are this weird motherfucker, dog. I'm gonna be real. You are a weird dude, bro. You are a weird motherfucker, bro. What the fuck was a minor doing in your house? Why was she taking opiates? Why the fuck was she in your Tesla? Why was she in your presence? Why was she in your Discord server? Why were you playing Fortnite with her? Why did you get her number? Why were you texting her? Why were you getting pictures from her? Why was she in your IRL streams? Why was she with you on tour? Why were you always with this little girl? In the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry. No, not a single tear.
Oh, just like the girl that was just found in Pennsylvania who was being drugged and given alcohol at a 13-year-old age. She had no control over what they were giving her, even if she was complying, right? Because Celeste was 14 years old when this happened. So there's no way that we can say it was an accidental overdose. I'm sorry. Even if that's something that they're going to try to come with, which I can believe what he's saying that they might try to come with, it was an accidental overdose. Do not fall for that. I'm telling y'all right now, do not fall for that. It was not an accidental overdose. If somebody gave her that medication, they gave it to her for a particular reason. Okay? I really wanted to touch on that part because it being an accidental overdose is some bullshit, to be honest with you. She shouldn't have had the medication in the first place. It shouldn't have been around her. It shouldn't have been something that she was able to get a hold of. Just like they say in any other situation, if you're a parent and you got medication, you should not be in the vicinity of the child where your child can get a hold of it. It's the same situation and worse because she was missing and she was with someone she should not have been with by law.
Facts.
And that's how the cookies crumbling for me. If y'all want to see more videos like this, hit the like, share, comment.
So what y'all think about that, man? She shouldn't have even been around him by law. That's right. By law, she should have never been in this man's presence. He's a grown-ass man. Let's continue.
We get a major update in the David and Celeste case, and we now might have an idea of what happened to her and how she spent her last days. So apparently there's this private investigator that's also been working on the case, and it turns out this investigator uncovered new items he feels could provide information on where Celeste Rivas Hernandez spent her last days before her death. Steve Fisher, who is the private investigator, says he found a Build-A-Bear certificate from April 21st, 2024, 16 days after Hernandez was reported missing for the final time. The bear had her cousin's name, Esmeralda, on it, and on that same day, David was spotted on TikTok riding a roller coaster at the very same Six Flags where the bear was made. He believes David and Celeste were in the same place. He says a lot of people were aware of where Celeste was, and they obviously were in contact. He also says they planned this out. He doesn't believe this was just coincidence. He believes that Esmeralda and David were there. This is a shocking twist, meaning that Celeste's cousin, her own cousin, might have had something to do with her death or disappearance. This is crazy. Fisher also discovered Hernandez was at Esmeralda's graduation, and a photo of the two from 2023 when Hernandez was age 13 was in Las Vegas and David was performing in the city at the same time. He also stated he thinks there were adult family members there as well. He also says they should have notified law enforcement that they located Celeste, but they didn't. As you guys may know, Celeste Rivas Hernandez was found dismembered in the trunk of a Tesla in the LA toy yard on September 8th, 2025. They're also stating that her initial tox report may be back and they're still working on the cause and manner. He also stated that as of last week, the case of Hernandez was listed as deferred, which the medical examiner explains as pending additional investigation. LAPD, when questioned on the case, said the vehicle had been parked at the location from which it was towed for several weeks. So Miss Rivas Hernandez may have been deceased for several weeks before the discovery of her body. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has not determined the cause or manner of Ms. Rivas Hernandez's death, such as it remains unclear whether there are any criminal culpability beyond the concealment of her body, the department added. It's also noted that David was on tour when police contacted him about Hernandez's body being found. Officers searched his Hollywood Hills home for evidence. The singer canceled the rest of his tour and reportedly is cooperating with police. Police have not named any suspects in Hernandez's death, and David has not been accused of any crime or in connection with her body being found. So here's my take on everything, because that was just an article that I found that was barely listed that I was reading as I've been trying to keep up with new news. And we haven't really had any new news except for the fact that her cousin possibly might have had something to do with this. Maybe her cousin was jealous of David. Maybe the cousin was jealous of her. I don't know. But I will say this case is getting weirder and weirder, and David is still out there somewhere. We don't know where he is. So, and also people are saying that any information about this case is being suppressed. So if you did make it to the end of this video, make sure you guys drop a like, follow for more, get the word out. This is crazy. Let me know what you guys think. My name is AT. I cover news on the internet. If there's any stories you want me to cover, tab.
Man. Like I said, no additional charges, gang. No additional charges will be made against David.
The LAPD uncovered a chilling clip showing David reacting in a strange way to Celeste's passing, and investigators matched the iCloud timestamp exactly to the day it happened. This discovery pointed straight to David's private rental home, the same place where everything reportedly went down. According to someone close to the investigation, new evidence links David to his best friend, a guy named Neo. Rumor has it Neo was actually staying in one of David's other rented properties. Now, this doesn't automatically prove guilt, but based on what private investigator Steve revealed and what's been seen on David's socials, the clues are stacking up fast. What really caught attention was the claim that Neo might have been the last person behind the wheel of that Tesla. Soon after, Neo completely wiped all traces of David from his social media, unfollowing him, deleting old posts, and disappearing online. That move added weight to the investigators' theory about Neo's mysterious connection to the case. When asked where David could be hiding now, the investigator revealed that David abandoned his private rental as soon as the properties linked to him went public. And right after that, Neo started acting even shadier online. New receipts showed both of them unfollowing each other, breaking off all ties. Now the question the internet can't stop asking is this: what really happened to Celeste? And who was the one driving that Tesla?
Of all times for this to happen, as discovered in his car, after she's been identified, for there to be a potential swatting incident where somebody calls 911 with a fake allegation, a fake crime for their property, out of all people, out of all times, it's weird.
Well, it's weird, but it doesn't necessarily surprise me because this case has taken on national significance in terms of people paying attention to it. And there are bad actors that understand how to bring somebody by the way of swatting. So somebody called the 911 system down there. They found the address online and were basically made up a story for the cops to go there. And then they went in, and fortunately the police were very professional and they were able to immediately understand that it was a swatting incident and it wasn't a legitimate.
Did Celeste see or uncover something that she was never meant to know about David? With his growing fame as an artist, whispers started spreading online. Rumors claiming David might have had a secret relationship with his close friend Neo. Fans even pointed out old Instagram posts showing the two striking the Titanic pose together, chilling in the same bed, and sharing moments that looked way more personal than they ever admitted. The private investigator later spoke out, giving his own theory about what truly happened to Celeste. And that's when things got even darker.
Know who that person is, and do you believe that is the person that moved the Tesla?
So I definitely know who moved that Tesla on that late July before they went on tour. I can't say who the person, and I don't mean I can't say but I don't know who exactly was in that house because it's just a report, but there's video, but you can't make a person out. But somebody was in the house, and being that there's only one key, it's like, okay, who had access at that time? So is it the same person that moved the Tesla? Was another last part of the plan about to go in motion as far as getting rid of her? I don't know.
He uncovered another key piece of evidence while digging into David's second home, the one hardly anyone knew about. According to reports, Celeste had been staying there for privacy since it wasn't linked publicly to David at all.
What do y'all think about that? Allegedly, somebody is tied to this shit, but they're not even a suspect. I don't know, bro. It's weird. It's weird as fuck. I'm gonna be honest.
We have some more information coming out about Celeste Rivas Hernandez and David. He could possibly be seeing the results of Celeste's autopsy in the next couple of days to figure out what happened to her before she was put in the trunk of David's Tesla. Other autopsies that are being done by the LA coroner that are around the same time frame that Celeste was found in the trunk of David's Tesla that were waiting toxicology reports have came back. If the coroner is able to find results from Celeste's autopsy and it's not undetermined, we could see some big movement in this case very soon. We're also hearing more information from the private investigator Steve Fisher, who is investigating what happened to Celeste. This PI pointed out the fact that Celeste was around her family multiple times when she was gone for that year, and the family never reported that they found her. One of the multiple situations that this PI brings up is the fact that Celeste attended her cousin Esmeralda's graduation after she went missing for that year. Esmeralda was also a child, but like he said, it's...
Salute to Red for the $5 and for being a member for 9 months. Y'all double tap the screen, get you a membership. Salute to Red. Drop the flowers for Red.
very weird that nobody during this time in her family would have reported that they saw her, that she was no longer missing. But in this post that he made, he then starts asking if Esmeralda was at a certain event with David and Celeste. After going through all the things that was left in the LA home that David moved out of, he came across this Build-A-Bear certificate. The date was April 21st of 2020. 2024, and it says that it belongs to Esmeralda. And on April 21st, David posted to his TikTok a video of him on a roller coaster, and they were able to figure out that this roller coaster was Six Flags. So this PI believes that Esmeralda and Celeste and David were all hanging out together. Less than a month after that Build-A-Bear was created is when we would see this picture of Celeste with Esmeralda at her graduation. Esmeralda is the one that made this GoFundMe for Celeste. This was posted to Celeste's old Instagram account that was wiped to get people to donate. I still have photographs of stories that were shared to this Instagram page when I was reporting all of this, and as you can see, they say, "Hey everyone, I've been reading through the comments and I just want to clear a few things up. First, we are absolutely not trying to scam anyone. Every single donation is going directly to where it's supposed to go." GoFundMe was originally created by Celeste Tia herself. She did post it, but later she had to take it down because people were digging into her account and finding personal information about the family. What they say here is important. Adding on to this, we want to be clear that we did not know where Celeste was, and we also didn't know who David was. It's a little concerning because there have been mixed reports from the family about this whole situation. Biggest thing, if you remember, it was reported by NBCLA in the very beginning that Matthew Rivas, Celeste's brother, talked to them, and he said that the family was aware of the alleged relationship between Celeste and David. He claimed that his sister vanished after going to see a movie with David in last May and never returned. Her brother claimed that David would frequently pick his sister up in the same Tesla Model X in which her remains were later discovered. And also, it was reported by TMZ that they spoke to Celeste's mother. She said that her daughter had a boyfriend named David and had a tattoo on her right index finger that read "Shh," that was matching David's tattoo. But on her social media account when posting this GoFundMe, they were alleging that they didn't know where Celeste was and they didn't know that she was dating David. Now we are also seeing this Build-A-Bear Workshop certificate that has Esmeralda's name on it. Can't forget this when she was captured on security camera at her neighbor's home during the time that she was missing for that year. At this point, it seems like there is a very big possibility that the family did know and they did not report when she would come back that she was no longer a missing person. Another big thing that the private investigator talked about is the fact that he believes 4 to 5 people knew that Celeste was in the trunk of David's Tesla. And he said he believes, he doesn't know for certain, but he believes that this is going to be some type of OD on something. And he said this is why he believes that the autopsy was deferred for more results. He said if it was an apparent unaliving, we would have got the results from the autopsy faster. Now we are getting closer and closer to questions being possibly answered into what happened to Celeste. Like I said, her autopsy results could be just a few days away. If they are able to find something in these autopsy reports, this is when we will probably see the police jump into action. It seems like there's a potential that we will get official confirmation on things very, very soon, and then hopefully we will see some movement into what happened to Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
So what do y'all think about the David and Celeste situation, man? What do y'all take? What's your take on the David and Celeste situation, y'all? Okay, so that's when we get into some more. So we're gonna get into the Kada Scott situation next. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get up here. We're gonna get into the Kada Scott situation in just a second. So y'all let me know what are y'all thoughts on the David situation. Let me know what are y'all thoughts on the David situation. Now we're gonna get ourselves into the Kada Scott situation, man. Let's get over here. Let's get into this. Hold on. Let's get into this. Oh, why did it go over here? Hold on. Oops. Why did it go over there? Let me do this again. Try it again. No, not that. Oh, right here. Boom. All right. Let's get over here. So let's get over here to this. The cause of death was a gunshot wound to the head. Murder charges have since been added against Keon. Date missing October 4th, 2025. Found October 18th, 2025. Location, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Victim, Kada Scott, 23. Perpetrator, Keon King, 21. And it says AP News, New York Post. A 2-week search for 23-year-old healthcare professional Kada Scott ended tragically when her remains were discovered behind an abandoned school. Authorities stated that an anonymous tip led investigators to the site, and DNA testing later confirmed her identity. Kada was last seen on October 4th leaving her job at the Terrace Assisted Living Facility. Just 20 minutes later, she was believed to have been unalived. Before Kada's body was located, police arrested 21-year-old Keon King on charges including kidnapping, arson, stalking, and other related offenses. He is currently being held on a $2.5 million bond. So that's the info of the Kada Scott situation. Hold on, let me take that off. All right, let's get over here. Let's get to this one. Let's get to this one right here. Kada Scott, and then they got a dude that they marked his face out in that one. Long live Kada Scott, man. Long live Kada Scott. This is what she was buried in right here. This is the people who buried her. Now, we were doing some deep diving last night on this family. And then when I seen this gold casket, I knew something was up. When I seen that gold casket, I knew something was up. Now, chat, what do y'all think that gold casket means while we take this shot? Can y'all tell me what the fuck that gold casket means to y'all? So I see Mason. Pebble says Mason. Salute y'all. Cheers, man. I'm taking this shot. Cheers, cheers. Ah, shit. There we go. I see a lot of people saying Masonic. So we're about to get into some creepy shit here in a minute, y'all. We're going to get into some creepy shit here in a minute. Which one is this one? No, that's mode 3. That's for tomorrow. All right, let's get over here. This is how Kada Scott rode off into the sunset with a white horse, with a white carriage, with a gold casket, white and gold, and pink, because they wanted everybody to wear pink for her. They got the doves out. What do you guys think about the images from the Kada Scott, last service that she had, man? Man. Let's get this over here. Look at this dude car, bro. Man. So this is y'all rug dealers out there in Philly. This dude ashy as hell. Elbows ashy. Fingers ashy. Car ashy. Outfit ashy. That 2010 Polo. What style did that's like I want to say that's like 2010 to 2015, somewhere in there, bro. That's an old ass Polo. Ain't no coincidence. What year that Polo come out? That's an old ass Polo. 'Cause I had one of them. I had one of them Polos, dog. I can't remember when that Polo came out, but I had one of them motherfuckers. That was old though. I had that shit long ass time ago. Hey fellas, when did that goddamn Polo? That's in 2012. Yeah, that's an old ass Polo. Yeah, that's a real. I had one of them a long ass time ago. I thought I was the shit with my big ass symbol on my damn chest. Shaka Johnson. A lot of people are criticizing Shaka Johnson in this Kada Scott situation as well. Let's watch this real quick.
So y'all know I've been on the Kada Scott case. I'm still doing my research, but if I catch something, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring it to y'all. So I'm about to play this interview for RatchetTV with Kada.
She gonna play this interview from RatchetTV. She said she gonna play the interview from. Salute to her. Salute, ma'am. I appreciate you for watching my content. Salute. I'm gonna put you on my show now.
Now, Dia is the one who lost her son last year, 2024. Listen. Yeah, so I didn't get to tell you that, but it was a call that came through from the medical examiner. So the most that gives me was she was not shot at all. So
she says that this is I believe this is Bree. That's Bree's voice. She says she was not shot at all. It's gonna come out in the news that she was not shot at all. Bree, your psychic abilities seem to be wrong. Is that Bree's voice or is that Diaz, y'all?
It was the call that came through from the medical examiner. So the most that it gives me was she was not shot at all. So I'm gonna put that out there even before the news put it out there. She wasn't shot at all.
She said, I'm gonna put that out there before the news come out there. She was not shot at all. That's Bree. That's Bree.
But you can tell that she put on a hell of a fight.
But you could tell she put on a hell of a fight. She said, I'm gonna put it out there before the news does. She was not shot at all. She put up a hell of a fight, though. She was strangled. This is what they came out and said. So this is how you know they're not involved. They were freestyling it. They were just trying to hurry up and get some clout and content. Someone was leading them there. But as you can tell, these people don't know what the fuck they're even talking about. They were wrong. Let me put it out there before the news. They're trying to hurry up and freestyle some shit. She was strangled. They're not involved. I'm telling y'all, the fact that they don't even know what the fuck happened. They're just freestyling and clout chasing, bro. It's sick. But I don't believe they're involved. It's just me telling y'all. These people were just clout chasing. I've seen it a million times. I've seen clout chasers, but they were running to the scene. They just really wanted to blow up off this. This was their big break. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to live like they was RatchetTV or some shit. You know, this was going to make or break their career. I don't look at this like they were involved. Someone was leading them to the shit that they were finding. Who is that person? I don't know. But they didn't even know what the fuck happened. Hey, man, she was strangled. Oh, yeah. She didn't know. No one knew nothing. The cops are about to put this out, y'all. We're going to hurry up. No one's going to risk their platform like that. She risked her whole platform and fumbled. Again, she's been wrong in every case. She admitted that. She's been wrong in every case she ever covered.
Isn't that the about that? So usually I run my mouth right away. I want to hear what y'all think. I want to hear what y'all heard. Hit them comments. What was doing that? Because I'm curious. What happened? And what did I just hear? Okay, maybe this is a misunderstanding.
Yeah, that's what you heard. You heard it right. Let's listen to this.
Said she lives behind my house. That was strike one. You gave her the
Now watch this dude. He's gonna shh her while she's talking.
location to where this girl lives. He watched her on that Instagram out on that date, and he waited for her. He waited for she got dropped off, and he waited and he went to that job. He
just said shh. Look, he's saying shh.
He told his mom.
He's telling her shh. He's doing it subtly, but he's telling her shh.
Because the cousin reached out to me of the guy. He told his mother that he had texted her and asked her if she wants something to eat. And she told him, yeah.
So as you see right there, yeah, they were running plays, bro. This is, I think they all knew more, but they were running plays though.
About
hold on, let's get down here. Let me get back. I gotta find my way back up into where I was looking for. Where's the videos from last night? Diamond, would you stop? Diamond, stop. Damn. Where are the videos from last night? They are right here. Boom. There you go. I want y'all to pay attention to the scene of her funeral. It's very weird and creepy. Let's take a look at Kada Scott's funeral. I want y'all to be telling me in the comments, what are y'all thinking about this? It's giving ritual. I'm gonna be real. It's giving ritual. Natalie says, y'all are disrespectful as fuck. Natalie's talking to y'all, Ratchet Gang. Natalie is in the chat. Natalie Smith is talking to y'all, Ratchet Gang. It's giving Masonic and Eastern Star, the same thing that some people did not want me to be covering. Some people were so worried about me blaming this on Eastern Star, but I'm looking around this room, brother. I'm looking around this room, sisters, and I'm seeing something that maybe everybody else ain't seeing. But this is giving ritual. This ain't giving funeral. This is definitely giving ritual. I don't know. Y'all tell me in the chat. And to the person who says, have you ever been to a funeral? I would lick the palm of my hands and never mind. Just shut your goofy ass up. Of course I've been to a funeral. I went to a funeral last year and it wasn't nothing like this. Dumbass. The funeral, ain't no funeral I went to ever been like this. What is you talking about? Shut your goofy ass up. Hey, whoever is in the cut with, whoever that is, get in the cut. In the cut. We finna get your ass out the cut. Get your goofy ass off my channel. Get in the cut, out the cut. Type it in the chat. Was this a ritual or was this a funeral? Type it in the chat. Ritual or funeral? That's all I want to see is ritual or funeral. Ritual or funeral. Let me know in the chat. Okay, so as y'all see right there, this was most definitely a motherfucking scene of it looks like a damn ritual. I don't know what the fuck is going on. She ain't got no friends there. Not one friend spoke on her behalf. She ain't got no homegirls in the building. There's no kids here. What the fuck is this? Where's the young crowd? There ain't nobody. There ain't no kids in that family. She didn't have no homegirls. The cousins and stuff. What is going on in here? What y'all talking about? This don't look like no normal damn funeral. Where the fuck is the family at? They ain't got no kids in their family. Look at the scene, bro. There ain't no kids in this whole room. Look at all this. Look at this. What is this? Ain't no kids in the room. No homegirls, no nothing. Jack, thank you for the $10. I appreciate you, Jack. Salute, salute, salute. What is y'all talking about? This is a weird ass scene. But hey, look, to each their own, man. To each their motherfucking own. Let's go. These brothers got swords, gold casket. What the fuck is going on here, gang? What is going on here, gang? I don't know what it is, but it's rather fucking loose. Look, I don't know what it is. Oh, but it's loose. It's loose.
Hi, my name is Gabby, and I'm going to be discussing some of the misinformations that are going around in the internet regarding me and the Kada situation.
So let's take it back to what Miss Gabby had to say. To me, this is the #1 suspect outside of Keon King. Outside of Keon, this is your culprit right here. This is the girl who got away with what she got away with, in my opinion.
So if you are unaware, Kada Scott is a girl that went missing in Philadelphia on October 4th. So I did know Keon. He was my friend. I met him about 4 or 5 years ago, and he was also the local pharmacist. Now, me and my best friend, we were also mutual friends with Keon. He was our pharmacist. So one day Keon calls me, and keep in mind, I am in school, I am in Maryland, and he would usually just call me, just to check up and talk. So he calls me and he asks me if I know Kada. And I'm like, yeah, like I know Kada. And he's like, oh yeah, I noticed that she lives really close to you. I'm like, yeah, like she lived right in the back of me. And I'm not thinking nothing of it because he usually calls me and, we just be chatting. He'll call me about the people that be around because he is the pharmacist. I live in the neighborhood and he be in my neighborhood. So we hang up the phone and that was that. We were only on the phone for 29 seconds. So you can see that this is the day that he called me and this was before Kada went missing. And we were only on the phone for 29 seconds. Also, I know that his name says Elliot in my phone. That's just what we call him. So a couple of days after that, my best friend calls me and, we're just talking about life. And I mentioned to her how Keon brought up Kada to me. I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm like, oh yeah, like he was probably trying to flirt with her. He's probably trying to get at her. Mind you, me and my best friend, we know Kada because we grew up with her little sister. Now, we didn't know Kada personally because, again, we grew up with her little sister. We were around 12, 11 years old. Kada, she was much older than us, so we didn't really talk to her. So my best friend was like, oh yeah, like he probably thought she was cute, and that was that. So right here is the day that I called my best friend and told her that, Keon was trying to get at Kada. This is before she went missing. So a couple days, maybe a week after that, it is reported on October 4th that Kada is missing. So keep in mind, I am in Maryland, so I'm not really into all the Philadelphia news that be going on. So I'm not knowing that Kada is missing until my best friend sends me a text and says that Kada is missing. So this is the day that my best friend tells me that Kada is missing on October 9th. So I'm in my friend's dorm and I call Keon and it's a lot of music and a lot going on in the background. So I go somewhere that's quiet and I tell him, Keon, Kada is missing, like that girl, she's missing. So he was like, what? And then after that, the phone just hung up. So here you can see that I called Keon and we were on the phone for 2 minutes. So you have to keep in mind, this was my friend, okay? I did not think that he could be capable of anything like this. In my head, I'm just thinking, there's no way in the world he could have did something like this. There's no way in the world. So then a couple of days after that, my mom sends me a screenshot of Keon turning himself in for the kidnapping of Kada. So this is my mom sending me the article and she was distraught to say the least. And I know she said that he was a random person, but she says this about all of my friends. So me and my best friend, we get on the phone and we're talking about the situation. We're just saying how this is just crazy. This is the call of me and her talking about it. Now, this is all happening around the time that I'm taking my midterms. So I'm really just trying to keep my head on the books. And I wasn't really trying to let this stress me out. So I kind of just let it go. He turned himself in. It's not really much to say or do anymore. So a couple days after that, me and my best friend get on the phone and we're basically just, talking about the Kada situation. And she says that she thinks that I should call the cops. So she was basically saying that she thinks that I should call the cops and tell them that Keon was, asking about Kada. Now, at the time in my head, I'm thinking that there was no reason to call the cops. He already turned himself in, and I felt like it would be kind of a waste of time to tell them that the guy that they already have in custody, called me and was asking about the girl. And me personally, I'm not a cop caller. Like I don't call the cops. That's just the way that I grew up. That's what I was around. They will always tell me, you don't call the cops. So I just felt like, the information that I had and the fact that, I'm just not really a cop caller, it wouldn't make sense for me to call the cops. So then my best friend tells me, well, if you won't call the cops and tell them, then I will. And then she basically tells me that she doesn't want to be friends with me anymore because I won't call the cops. And I told her, that's completely fine. I just don't want any involvement. So then we hung up the phone and then I believe she called me again with the police on the other line. So you can see, I told her, I'm sorry, I'm not talking to the cops. And yeah. Now, I can see how this could be cruel, and I do take accountability for that. So then, a couple of days later after that, I get sent a link on Instagram, and the link was basically my best friend going live, just talking about the situation, saying how I was weird for not going to the cops, and people in the comments were just coming up with their own narratives about the story, and it just got way out of hand, and it just spiraled. So you can see somebody sent me the link of the live, and still to this day, I have not watched the full entire live. Then people just started asking, who is Gabby? What's the connection? And, she told people that I was in Maryland for school, and it was just a whole entire thing. So, of course, I was angry and I was confused because what is going on? So I text her, I tell her that, that was weird. And yeah. Then I started seeing posts of people saying that they think that I set Kada up and that why wouldn't I go to the cops and that I was just suspicious and all of this stuff. And this was never the case. So I do end up contacting the authorities after I seen people just making up crazy stuff about me and the situation. They cut me off. They tell me that they already know what's going on, that they have a close eye on the social media. And they also tell me that my friend did come forth with the information, and they told her that there was nothing that they can do, that the information that she bought them was useless information because they already had Keon in custody, and it was just nothing for them to do with this information. They told me to contact them only if I had anything that could lead to finding Kada because that is their main priority. Now, I do believe that the person in the live was just kind of taking what I told her and running with it and just spicing it up to make it seem like something that it wasn't for, I don't know, maybe views. People were saying that, she was walking around and showing what stores Kada would go to, where she would walk her dog, and just stuff like that. I also had one of our mutual friends come to me, and he told me that she told him that we knew Kada our whole lives and we grew up with her, which wasn't the case because we grew up with her little sister. Now, I do think that the person in the live was taking what I told them and kind of just running with it and spicing it up to make it seem like it was way bigger than what it was. And I basically think this because I had a mutual friend that came to me and said that she came to them and told them that we knew Kada our whole life and that we grew up with Kada when that wasn't the case. We grew up with her little sister. My prayers go out to Kada and her family, and I hope that she can make a safe return home.
First of all, you already knew the girl was unalived. Second of all, it wasn't her that was giving Bree information, it was D. And she felt like D backstabbed her by giving all the information up, and then she got ghosted and went back to Maryland and said she was in college. But meanwhile, she tried to present a receipt for 29 seconds saying Keon called her when she clearly called him. Then she says she called him again and talked for 2 minutes. Look, girl, we all know you know what the fuck was going on with your ugly ass and your damn loose ass bonnet with no hair in the damn bonnet. I ain't got time for you or this damn girl right here. Both of y'all need to take y'all raggedy asses to jail.
My friend lived on the same block, so that's how he probably started witnessing her or seeing her.
See, she's scared and she's scrambling. She's snitching because she's scared. So that was the one that was going to get the damn plea deal right there because she's scared. She's scared as hell right now. She knew the girl was dead. She already knew what the fuck was coming next, and she got on her damn internet, started running her. She got on her damn live, started running around the damn neighborhood. Yeah, this is where she walked her dog. Girl, we don't give a fuck about that. Where's she at? This is where the damn store was. Yeah, you going down the path that he followed her down because he told y'all he followed that damn girl. So you scared as hell, just scrambling and scraping. Yeah, so this is where, this is the neighborhood, guys, and this is her street. And girl, shut your goofy ass up. You need to have your raggedy ass in jail right along with that loose bonnet wearing bitch.
And he began to ask my best friend questions about her, but I ended up finding out, before he, did what he did to Kada, he actually called my best friend and he asked her.
And then the psychic was, and then one of my moderators who's allegedly connected into this situation says it was a kidnapping for ransom. It was a kidnapping for ransom. Where's the ransom money? Who did they contact so the family knew what the fuck was going on? So the family's in on it. If this was a kidnapping for ransom, that means the family's in on it because we ain't heard nothing about this shit. Cheers to the game. I'm gonna take another shot. I'm gonna go to fuck off on everybody tonight. I'm gonna go to fuck off on everybody tonight. I'm not trusting shit in this situation. I think the family tied in. I think it was a ritual. I think somehow, some way, them three that was on my panel know more than what the fuck they were saying. They might not be directly tied in, but they're indirectly tied in. I think D and Gabby are tied in. I think Keon's brother is tied in. I think the culprits are Keon, his brother, and Gabby. Before, during, and after the fact. Cheers to the gang. Take this shot with me. Let's go.
You know, like, where was Kada located? Where's her house? What do you know about her? Is she a cool girl? Does she have a boyfriend? You know, he asked her all types of stuff like that about Kada before he kidnapped her. And then once it was discovered that he did, he called my best friend and told her, don't tell anybody about what he asked.
Yeah, so yeah, you need to have your ass in jail too. But you lucky you called the cops first. That's the only reason why your ass is safe on these streets.
So people are saying that I felt as though I couldn't go to the authorities about the situation because they had already locked him up. Now, I did eventually go to the authorities about the information, and they told me that the information that I bought them was useless, that they couldn't use the information because it wouldn't help to lead finding Kada. And also because he was already in police custody, so there was nothing that they could do with my information. They also told me that days before, my friend did come in with the information, and they told her the exact same thing, that they cannot do anything with the information due to the fact that he is already in police custody, and that this information would not lead to finding Kada.
Man, do y'all believe the police told her that? If the police told you that, then they tied in right with everybody else. This just seemed like it just had to happen, bro.
Every time the girl was walking, except before she had her dog, she had her headphones in. Kada, she always, you know, just walking around the neighborhood with her dog and stuff. So I'm just going to show you guys the area and, you know, where he knows of the block. So this is, if you go down this block, this is Kada Scott's block more so, but this block right here is the block that he will always come on to sell me and my friend drugs. My friend lives down there, Kada lives down here. So honestly, I think I'm just gonna go down Kada's block, but Kada, her house is actually on this side, guys. But yeah, her house is on this side. Maybe this, no, I don't know that. I know Kada lives on this block though. She lives behind my best friend's house. My best friend grew up with her little sister. Her little sister name is, now I'm just gonna be showing y'all the area where he is like always at and where he most likely first seen Kada. Because, you know, that's where I always seen her. She used to walk her dog a lot around here. She has a little dog. So she would walk her dog from this block. And then once you go to the stop sign, you go that way. As you guys can see, the Liberty is right there. That's not where she would go. So I don't want anyone to be confused or screw things up. She did not go there. Go this way. Once you go this way, you walk straight down. Once you walk straight down, you'll get up near like the gas stations and stuff. And the gas stations is usually where all of the drug dealers will be located. When I get up there, I'm gonna show you specifically. But yeah, that's most likely like where she was going. So the more you walk up this area along the street, this is where she would walk. This is the way you have to take to go to the poppy store. This is the gas station that all of the drug dealers come to. They all come here. They all be outside the store. If you drive past, you'll see like they will be over here. This is a picture of her up here. She always will come here. Everybody will come here to buy their wraps or like. It's the store. But the store you could find him sitting outside of was right over here.
What do y'all think about that, man? What are y'all thinking about that? This girl seems to be scared, scrambling, and fucking scraping. Let's continue.
They said, where's Gabby? She's not in Philadelphia. And who's my, is that what they're asking? Gabby's not in Philadelphia. She's in college. Like, she left Philly. And yeah. I don't know. I don't want to, like, she in college in Maryland. She not even in Philly. When I had called her to try to talk to her and tell her, like, you need to tell, she's like, no, she don't want to talk. She's scared. What? Chrissy. I'm looking in my house. They said they're on the way to search. Honestly, everybody is scared because she's scared because y'all know how it is, like, being, like, I guess speaking up. My friend, they said y'all was messing with Keon. No. Nobody. Like, what? No. What is y'all, like, he literally just sell weed. Y'all, I don't want to go live on IG. I wanted to stay on live on here, huh? I said, listening is fundamental to the number. Yeah, like, y'all gotta listen. We didn't.
Do y'all think D is involved as well? And we got a lot more, man. We still got like an hour and a half of hour and a half of content to go. We got a long way to go tonight. We ain't nowhere near done. Do y'all think D is involved too, or do y'all think just Gabby, or D and Gabby?
For him or nothing. Like, he just was somebody that sold weed outside the store. And one day we seen him outside the store. That's how we met him. Cause he was selling weed. He's like, oh yeah, y'all got Ace. So I feel like somebody said you want clout or something. The fuck no. Nobody wants clout. Is Gabby there? No, Gabby's not here. I'm with a different friend. Wait, that's the girl that was in the back seat. This is not the girl that was in the back seat.
Okay, why are you so fucking busy reading the goddamn comments? Tell the motherfucking story, girl. Quit reading the fucking comments and tell the fucking story. This is what pisses me the fuck off.
Don't show me. Bro, but they think you Gabby.
Who cares?
You not Gabby.
You not Gabby. You not Gabby. Oh, but they think you Gabby.
They said, why you don't want to go live on Instagram? The school's name. I don't want to tell the school name. Like, I don't know where kid is. Did the friend give up information? Where's Gabby? The friend, I don't know. She probably is going to tell. I hope she tells because I'm trying to get her to tell. That's why I made this whole thing on TikTok because
you want her to tell. Shut your goofy ass up. And who is Gabby? Gabby. Can anybody spell Gabby? She ain't saying Gabby. Girl, I'm trying to tell Gabby. I want Gabby.
Keep saying that she doesn't want to tell. And I'm like, why are you saving him? Like, girl, he literally sat here and kidnapped somebody, especially because she lived in our neighborhood. That's why I feel like this is just crazy.
I'm been sick of this ugly ass little girl. I'm serious. I'm sick of her little ugly ass. I'm about sick of her little ugly ass.
Okay, hey y'all.
I don't need that one. Hold on.
And if y'all ask me,
don't need that one. All right, let's continue. All right, I gotta find where the fuck I'm at for today. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, this the ones I just showed. All right, there you go. Boom. All right, give me a second. I gotta find out where the fuck I was at in this shit. That's another case. Hold on. Let me find out where I was at. No, not there.
Now, you guys, we have been working on the case of Chris Chapman, who was...
Okay, not that one. Not that one.
What?
Not that one. Hold on, y'all. I gotta find where I was at.
Now, you guys, a lot of people have been asking me questions about how Chris was found.
No. Where the fuck is... I'm trying to think where the fuck I had these receipts at.
So y'all remember that video
boom, right here. Let's continue.
Did on the Kada Scott case? The one where we talked about her suspicious boyfriend Taz and whether plus and what he told her compared to what he told the whole phone conversation with him and what he told her compared to what he told the media. Oh, so now we got two different stories. Plus, she's got text messages between him and Kada from that night. Messages that were sent after Kada was already dead. Like, make it make sense. So what I'm about to do is break down everything Nicole revealed in this interview. Because if you thought the boyfriend was suspicious before, just wait until you hear what she uncovered. This case just got a whole lot deeper.
So yeah, I work with somebody that's kind of don't really discuss who it is, but she was in contact with him, as well as a few other people reached out to me that was in contact with him, and the stories that he gave. And so I basically was like, okay, I want to see what story he can give me, or like what story he'll give me in regards to the same type of things. So I reached out to him, and the reply was within, I would say, minutes. Very, very quick. He replied to me, didn't know who I was, and it kind of went from there.
Now, think about that for a second. Your girlfriend just got murdered. Her case is all over the news. Content creators are investigating. And when a stranger reaches out to you asking questions, you respond in seconds. Most people would either ignore it, block it, or at least take some time to think about whether they should respond. But Taz? Nah, he was ready to talk. And that right there already raises a red flag for me.
I asked him a few questions in regards to, did he ever talk to her after he dropped her off that night? I also wanted to know if he was incarcerated before, and see if the research that I did was the right person, as well as confirming what his real name was, like if that was him. And he was a little confused as to how I found him, and he had a landscaping company before he was incarcerated some years ago, and his personal name is on there as well as his phone number. And so he confirmed that with me. He did confirm that he's been incarcerated. He gave me a storyline of how that night went, as well as he gave me a storyline of how he met Kada himself. And yeah, I mean, we didn't really talk long until it kind of took a downfall, but those were the main stories that he told me, and then he told me a lot about Kada herself. So it was kind of three different stories, and then that was it. That's all I ever spoke to him about.
All right, let's continue. Let's get to part 2 of this shit. What y'all think, man? The boyfriend is kind of sketchy. I ain't gonna lie, the boyfriend kind of sketchy.
About and yeah, to what other people have, like, because he's been interviewed online and he's been talked to with other people, so as well as law enforcement. So I was kind of trying to figure out what the difference was between my conversation with him and others. Yeah, so he had a post from, I think it was the CFCF.
Get the likes up, everybody. Double tap that screen. Let's get it past 600 likes. I'm taking me another shot, man. I need one for this content. Double tap the screen. Let's go, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We need 150 subscribers to get to 197K. Let's go.
Prison in Philadelphia. He had a video visit photo up on his Threads page on Instagram. And also I found one of his charges from previously, but it looks like he had violated probation or something and ended up being incarcerated due to that.
Do you guys think the boyfriend is involved? So we've all said we think Gabby is involved. We've all said we think Gibby. We all say we think D is involved. We know Keon is involved. And is the boyfriend involved? Because everybody, this is what I had to tell some of my team today. Look, everybody can't be involved. The police, the psychic, Diaz, the dude Evron, Gabby, D, the boyfriend, everybody can't be involved. You have to take somebody off the table. Not everybody conspired to get rid of this girl. And the family and the police, you got to take some people out the equation. If Gabby, D, the boyfriend, and Keon did this, That means the psychic, the Diaz and Evron did not. They was the ones on Front Street in front of the cops. Everybody else was hiding from the cops. Now they could have been hiding in plain sight. Cool, I get that. But I would like to think these other group of people were more responsible than them. If they were responsible, they were indirectly responsible if they were. Now for the boyfriend, for the boyfriend, Keon, D and Gabby, they were directly involved. Now the psychic and her crew might have been indirectly involved. Let's continue.
So, yeah. He said that she had ordered food for them.
Oh yeah, and Keon's brother. Salute to my boy Shu. I appreciate that 2-piece. Salute Shu. And Big Baby, thank you for the $3. I seen that earlier. Thank you, Big Baby. Salute.
And it was like wings, buffalo wings or something of that sort.
We need $9 to get to 2 honey buns tonight, y'all. Can we get to $200 tonight? We need a 10-piece on that screen. Let's go.
And she had ate all the flats and left all of the drums for him.
That's what he said. The girl, Gabby, left the drums for him in his car, and she ate all of the flats at the restaurant they were at. So she was with him that night. He's saying she was with him that night. They went and got some food. They got some wings, and he didn't notice that she left him all the drums.
Yeah, he wasn't aware of that. And so she kept telling him to eat, you need to eat, you need to eat. And I guess he stated that after the fact, she had left the food in the car. And once he realized that the food was in the car, he messaged her, he called her, couldn't get a hold of her. Messages weren't delivering, and that was the last conversation they had, was whenever he dropped her off.
Now, on the surface, that sounds like a normal story, right? But here's where it gets messy. Nicole actually has the text messages between Taz and Kada from that night. And according to those messages, Taz sent her a text about the wings.
Salute to Crazy Legs. Let's listen to that one more time. Thank you, Crazy Legs, for the $10. We had 2 honey buns. Thank you, Crazy Legs. I love you. Salute. Crazy Legs, why you ain't got your wrench? Oh, you do got a wrench. I was going to say, what the hell you ain't got your wrench? Salute to Crazy Legs. All right, let's go.
Nicole actually has the text messages between Taz and Kada from that night. And according to those messages, Taz sent her a text about the wings a couple hours after police say Kada was already dead. Let me say that again. Kada's phone went dark at 10:24 p.m. That's when investigators believe she was killed. But Taz sent her a message about the wings after that time, hours after.
Yeah, so I do have the messages from him and her from that night and previously, and from what I see, I don't know if anything has been like edited, but I see one message that was sent a couple of hours after she was alleged deceased by the police, and that was about the wings. So about like you left your food in the car, and then he had messaged her the next morning, that's the 5th in the morning, asking her like, hey, what's up or something. I forget what the exact message was. And then he had messaged her another time, one other time, or 2 other times. And the last message I think was the evening of the 5th or the 6th. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I'm gonna be real. If you interviewing about some shit that you saw, where the fuck are the receipts? This is me, because I do this for a living. See, I would have been asking questions like, okay, you saying all this shit you got, where the fuck are the receipts at? If you got it, show me. I should have had this before the interview started. What the fuck is we talking about? I'm not gonna be up here listening to something you can't remember. Send me the receipts so I can put them on my screen for my crowd. I need them receipts. I don't know what the hell you talking about. I need the receipts. Do y'all believe her? Drop the gems if you believe her. Drop the caps if y'all think she lying. She's saying she talked to the boyfriend. He told her all this hoopla, and she don't got no receipts to show for it. Drop the gems if you believe her. Drop the caps if she's lying.
But I don't know of any phone calls, so I don't have the proof for the phone calls. I'm just going based off what he told me.
Multiple messages sent to a phone that was already off, to a woman who was already gone. Now, Nicole said she doesn't know if those messages were edited before Taz showed them to her. She only has what he gave her. But even if we take them at face value, the timeline is suspicious.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. I'm just being honest. I don't know about it. We're gonna continue though.
Why are you texting someone multiple times over the course of 2 days if they're not responding? And why are you acting like everything's normal when
not worth it, you blocked. Get your goofy ass on. I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to, you blocked. I catch everything. My eyes don't let nothing slip. Get that goofy bitch out of here. Let's go.
your girlfriend just vanished? All right, so this is where things get even weirder. Nicole asked Taz how he and Kada met, and the story he told her is wild. He said he was driving home from work. He was going to the gas station to get a backwards. That's a Black and Mild cigar. And he was in Kada's neighborhood near a baseball park. That's when he saw her, walking her dog, and he said she was gorgeous. So what did he do?
He stopped in the middle of the intersection, got out of his vehicle, and went to her and approached her. And then he said, she said that I was crazy for that, and he said, I don't care how crazy I am. I don't care how crazy I sound to talk to somebody like you. So I just assumed that he might have been going to that gas station that Keon was alleged to be the plug at. That's what I would. Yeah, the media said that he was driving down the road and he rolled the window down and hollered at her.
Okay, pause. Let's think about this. You're a woman walking your dog in your neighborhood. His car in the middle of the street gets out and approaches you. That's not romantic. That's alarming. That's the kind of behavior that makes women uncomfortable. That's the kind of thing that, in hindsight, looks like a red flag. But here's the kicker. The media reported a different story. According to news outlets, Taz said he was driving down the road, rolled his window down, and hollered at Kada. The media also reported that he called her an easy girl, or said she was easy to approach. But when Nicole asked him about that, he denied it. He said he never said that. He sent her messages denying that he ever called Kada easy.
They also alleged that he said that she was an easy girl, like an easy approachable person. But I do have messages that he denied that. So like he denied ever saying that. So I'm not too sure about, I don't know as far as what the news has put out in regards to that.
So now we got two stories. One from Taz directly to Nicole, another one reported by the media. And here's what Fugitive TV pointed out in the interview. There's only two people who could have told that story, Kada and Taz. Kada's dead. So where did the media get their version from? Did Taz tell the media one thing and Nicole another? Or did the media get it wrong? And if they got it wrong, how? Because usually when the media reports something like that, it's because someone gave them that information. Something don't add up.
I just assumed that he might have been going to that gas station that Keon was alleged to be the plug at. That's what I would.
Now, Nicole pointed out something interesting. Taz said he was going to a gas station in Kada's neighborhood when he saw her. Well, guess what else is in that neighborhood? The same gas station where Keon King allegedly worked. People in the area called him the plug. So Nicole's theory is, what if Taz was going to that gas station to see Keon? What if that's how they knew each other? Because if Taz and Keon already...
So, what the fuck? That's the same gas station that old girl D kept on going to. That's the same gas station that D kept on going to. Let's continue.
Kada Scott's boyfriend has spoken out about the night that they went to top golf. Y'all, come here.
I dropped Kada off. We had just left the top golf. At top golf, Kada ordered food. I didn't. But she ordered food for the both of us. I didn't know. So she ordered hot wings, but she only liked the flakes. So I was texting her to tell her that she left her food in the car. And the whole time, she had ate all the flakes out of the hot wings and left me all the drums. So she left the food in the car on purpose because she kept on trying to tell me I need to eat.
So he didn't know that she left the food in the car, even though she kept telling him, hey, you need to eat, you need to eat?
When I realized the food was in the car, I called her first. She didn't answer the phone. So I texted her. But my text messages wasn't getting delivered.
So he said the text message didn't deliver. Well, look at this message. It sure did deliver.
Okay, it says you left your food. What you doing? calling and texting you to take you out, but something, enjoy your day. He said, I'm calling and texting you to take you out, but enjoy your day. That's at 3:30 p.m. Wait, 3:30, wait. Something ain't right, hold on.
So he said the text message didn't deliver. Well, look at this message. It sure did deliver.
That's on October 5th at 12 a.m. He said you left your food. October 5th at 10:20. Wait, that's at 12. 10:20 a.m. And then 3:30 p.m. I don't know. Something about them text messages seem off as fuck. Something seems off as hell.
And also, he sent this an hour and a half to 2 hours after she was already deceased, which he dropped her off around 9:40 that night. He didn't text her until after midnight.
Kept texting her, tried to call her again. It was just like, because I just couldn't get in touch with her.
Mind you, he says kept texting her. He only texted her one time. I'm sorry, y'all, but this boyfriend of hers is a little sus. I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm just saying it's not adding up.
Well, the family of Kada Scott is asking for attorney Shaka Johnson to withdraw from representing Keon King. Now, are you the one that convinced him to turn himself in?
I walked in with him.
Yes.
I turned him in. I think you're going to hear some more about Keon King and the reason why I have been interestingly quiet, right? Because I think you both know that I'm not afraid of cameras. I'm not afraid of a microphone. I will pull up a podium. That's what I do. In this particular case, you notice I have been definitely silent. I haven't said a single word. This is my second interview. I did one Friday and then one today on this particular subject matter, and nothing about the case. Because I want this to play out in court where the rules are different. The court of public opinion has no rules. You can do what you want, say what you want, like the DA's been doing so far. I am not doing that. I want this to play out in court where we have rules.
You're going to hear some more about Keon King. That's what his defense attorney said during a rare interview this week. And the way he said it, calculated, deliberate, hinting at information the public doesn't have yet, made people pause. Because Shaka Johnson has been strategically silent since taking this case, no press conferences, no public statements, just working quietly while the community demands he walk away. Over 2,500 people have signed a petition asking...
Man. It's getting weird, gang. It's getting weird. What the fuck is we doing? What are we doing, gang? It's getting a little weird. All right, let's continue. Hold on. Let's continue.
From representing Keon King, but when asked if he would step down, his answer was simple.
Will you withdraw from this case?
So what does he know that we don't? What's coming that might change how we see this case? And why is he so confident staying on it despite the backlash? We'll get to that. But first, we need to talk about what just came out in court documents, because the evidence reveals something nobody expected. Kidnap me again. That's what Kada Scott texted Keon King at 10:07 in the morning on October 4th, 2025. 12 hours later, she was gone. Court filings have now revealed the final text messages between Kada and the man now charged with taking her life. And what those messages show changes everything we thought we knew about what happened that night. She wasn't taken by force. She agreed to meet him. She texted him when to come. She got in his car, but within 9 minutes of that meetup, her phone went offline, and investigators say she was shot shortly after. So what does kidnap me again mean? Was it a code they both understand? Had something happened before? And if she went willingly, what went so wrong in those 9 minutes? The timeline is clear. The conspiracy is confirmed. 3 people were involved. And by the end of this, you'll hear directly from that defense attorney and what he has to say about Keon King, the case, and why he's refusing to walk away.
Now, while King is charged with 3 different gun crimes in these latest 11 charges today, the medical examiner's office here did not say yet how Kada was killed. Just for now, ruling her death a homicide.
And Keon King now faces approximately 20 charges, including murder, abuse of corpse, conspiracy, tampering with evidence, robbery, arson, and multiple firearm violations. But it's the court documents filed this week that reveal the most detailed timeline we've seen yet. A 5-page affidavit laying out minute by minute what happened on October 4th. And it starts with a text message that investigators still don't fully understand. Court documents show Kada and King had been communicating between September 28th and October 4th. This wasn't the first conversation, this was ongoing. That same day, King called Kada's phone a dozen times. 12 calls, and according to the affidavit, he was using a new number, which is why he had to text her first to let her know it was him. Now here's what makes this timeline so important. Because on the evening of October 4th, Kada Scott was on a date. She went to Top Golf with her boyfriend. They spent time together. She ordered food for both of them, and around 9:40 p.m., her boyfriend dropped her off at home. 10 minutes later, her mother saw her leave for her overnight shift at the Terrace at Chestnut Hill, the senior living facility where she worked. But during that time at Top Golf and after, King was calling over and over. And when you're on a date with your boyfriend and another person keeps calling, you're gonna try to play it off as hard as you can, cause you won't want your man to start feeling a certain way or getting suspicious, right? So Kada got to work just before 10 p.m. Her shift was supposed to run until 6 a.m. But around 10 p.m., a coworker saw something that would become critical evidence.
Let's get this going. Hold on. Let's get to part 3 of this shit. Hold on. Are y'all enjoying the content? Double tap that screen. Let's go.
The coworker told police they saw Kada outside the building on her phone. She appeared upset, and she was overheard saying, "I can't believe you're calling me about this," followed by an expletive that coworker then watched Kada get into a dark-colored SUV that immediately drove off. Now look at the timeline closely. At 10:09 p.m., Kada sent King a text, "CM when you hear. Call me when you're here." Minutes later, the coworker sees her outside on the phone, upset. That wasn't a random call. That was him. King had arrived, and he called her just like she asked. But whatever he said on that call made her angry before she even got in the car. "I can't believe you're calling me about this." About what? What did he say that upset her immediately? Was he accusing her about being with her boyfriend earlier? Was he making demands? Did he tell her he wasn't alone and that other people were with him? Did he say something threatening that made her feel she had to meet him, even though she was frustrated? We don't know. But what we do know is that Kada walked toward that vehicle already at a disadvantage, already emotional, already on edge. She thought she was meeting him to talk, but that phone call should have been a warning that something was wrong, and she still went. 6 minutes after that final text, at 10:15 p.m., cell phone data shows Kada and King were together near her workplace. At 10:24 p.m., Kada Scott's phone went offline. It never came back on. And meet up into something fatal. Investigators don't know yet. The affidavit doesn't explain motive. It lays out movements, evidence, conspiracy, but not why. What we do know is this wasn't spontaneous, because on October 3rd, the day before Kada disappeared, Keon King stole a black 2008 Hyundai Accent. Court records say it was left running by a food delivery worker on the 6600 block of Sprague Street. King took it just before midnight. That's the car Kada got into on October 4th. That's the car that shows up on surveillance at the Auberry Recreation Center parking lot at 10:28 p.m. 4 minutes after her phone went dark, and that car stayed there for 2.5 days. But King didn't stay there. Cell phone technology tracked his movements after Kada's phone went offline, and this is where the conspiracy becomes undeniable. King's phone was tracked to a house on the 5500 block of Belmar Terrace in southwest Philadelphia. Police executed a search warrant on that location. They found contractor bags, a hammer, ammunition, and 2 women who lived at that residence. Those women were detained. They were interviewed and they were released. No charges have been filed against them. But the affidavit shows King's phone made multiple trips between that Belmar Terrace house and the area where Kada's body was eventually found. What was he doing at that house? What were those Kada's phone? That's the car Kada got into on. Say it was left running by a food delivery worker on the 6600 block of Sprague Street.
King took it just before midnight. That's the car Kada got into on October 4th. That's the car that shows up on surveillance at the Auberry Recreation Center parking lot at 10:28 p.m. 4 minutes after her phone went dark, and that car stayed there for 2.5 days. But King didn't stay there. Cell phone technology tracked his movements after Kada's phone went offline, and this is where the conspiracy becomes undeniable. King's phone was tracked to a house on the 5500 block of Belmar Terrace in southwest Philadelphia. Police executed a search warrant on that location. They found contractor bags, a hammer, ammunition, and 2 women who lived at that residence. Those women were detained. They were interviewed and they were released. No charges have been filed against them. But the affidavit shows King's phone made multiple trips between that Belmar Terrace house and the area where Kada's body was eventually found. What was he doing at that house? What were those trips about? And what did those women know? On October 5th, the day after Kada disappeared, surveillance cameras at the Auberry Recreation Center captured something crucial. At 11:39 p.m., King's registered gold Toyota Camry was seen pulling into the parking lot where the stolen Hyundai was still parked. 2 people exited that Toyota, and for the next 4 hours they waited at 3.
So what do y'all think, man? This is getting spicy in this Kada Scott situation. It's getting real spicy. I need to take a shot after that one. Hold on, gang. Cheers to the gang. Let's get to this next my bad, don't even knock my damn sound down. Let's get to this next portion. Hold on. Let's get to the next portion. Let's go. Cheers, y'all. Cheers.
Bro, did y'all hear about that girl, Kada Scott? That shit got me tripping. That shit tripping me. Yeah. Cause what? For those that don't know, Kada Scott is a young, black, inspiring content creator. She was on the rise. Yes, she did work a 9 to 5, but that's besides the point. Clearly, she had a bunch of haters, a bunch of people that was jealous of her because she was getting another bag. Not only that, bitches that used to chill with her sister were so jealous that she was talking to the local pharmacist, and he was questioning her and wanting to know about her and not them. And yeah, I feel like they lined her up. Let me tell you my theory. So this is my theory. This is not proven. This is nor fact. This is my opinion. Okay? And that's a fact. So my theory is she, we all know her last text message was, come kidnap this ass again. And that little girl, Gabby, the reason why I say Gabby is involved is because you wanted to clear your name when nobody mentioned your name. It was a guilty conscience. You felt so guilty that you was gonna get indicted for her shit that you had to clear your name. But when you showed the receipts, it showed you called him. You was the outgoing call. He didn't call you to ask you about her. You called him, pressing him about her. Then the other little girl that took the whole world with her on a joyride with the video, talking about this is the way she went. She used to walk down this block and she used to turn right when she got to this corner specifically. She turned to the left when she walked the dog. Then you had the nerve to show her missing flyer.
Exactly. You knew exactly the area. You knew the direction she was. Y'all was all stalking this damn girl. This is clear as fucking day that everybody on that street was stalking her. Keon, Gabby, D, possibly Keon's brother, the boyfriend is in on it. Yo, how do you know? Oh, but she walked her dog down this street and then she turned to the left and went down here and made a right. And then she went to the store. That's where all the drug dealers was at. Because she came up. So you was following that damn girl. All of y'all was following that damn girl. Long live Kada Scott, man. They was stalking this girl. Jealous as fuck.
Bitch. You need to go down to, you need your ass beat too. So back to my theory. My theory is that when she was being questioned about Kada, she knew something, she became suspicious. She knew something was up. So she probably made him pick her up. Or she probably seen him pull up to her shit, to her job. And it said that Kada died from a gunshot wound to her head. I'm wondering if it's the back of her head, because that means somebody was in the back of the car while asshole pulled up in the driver's seat. They also said they took a hammer. Now, unless he was in the car with the other girl and he was proving that there was nothing wrong, That's just how they play. Because some people play like that, and this is why you don't play like that if you're not in a relationship. Because shit like this, shit get real. That gives no excuse as to why they took her life. That's still no excuse. But when you come from the streets don't love nobody, and they don't give a fuck. I feel like he pulled up to her. And there was somebody in the back seat. When she got in the passenger seat, she thought it was just him. Until she realized there was somebody else in the back seat. And she tried to get out, and they hit her. And when they hit her, it caught the dude off guard. And it was like, oh shit, you hit her? You hurt her. Oh, I gotta clear this up because I'm gonna get in trouble for this. So he cleared her. You know what I mean? If you get it, you get it. If you don't, keep it moving. That's what I feel happened. That's just my theory. Because, like I said, them two girls had no business doing what they did. Especially being that it was a pending investigation. And then for y'all to confirm.
Man. What y'all think about this? Hold on, we not done. No, we not done. Let's continue.
And the text messages get leaked that it was confirmed she was dead before the police confirmed she was dead. That means y'all knew. How y'all knew she was dead? Because y'all the ones that did it. I feel so bad for Jada Scott. That shit triggered me, like I said, because it seems like a jealousy thing. Don't believe me, go do your research. Don't just listen to a video of people telling lies and take it and fucking run with it. Do your research. I did my research. R.I.P. to that girl, Jada Scott. She did not deserve that.
Lady, stop saying Jada when it's Kada, but let's go.
I got an extender on this Kada Scott case. Yes, here's a Lady NYC update. And don't come for me. Don't come for me. Because, baby, I got my reports, my fucking info. I got all that from the internet. Public domain information. So I need y'all to put y'all thinking caps on. I need y'all to make this shit make sense to me. Because Kada Scott, the police, mind you, the police is the one releasing these details. And I remember them saying that Keon King's father was the lead detective on the case when it first broke out. His father is a fucking cop. He was the lead detective on the fucking case before it blew out the fucking water. So this is what I need help with. I need somebody to help me understand, because I no matter how you shuffle the cards, baby, it don't add up. 1 + 1 is not 21. 1 + 1 is fucking 2. So you mean to tell me y'all gonna advertise and release to the public that she was kidnapped on the 4th, and she was, y'all think, or y'all can prove that she was killed 20 to 30 minutes after being kidnapped on the 4th of October. That medical examiner just released documentation and stated that that girl died on October 18th. That shit is not making sense to me, because you can't die 2 times, baby. You cannot die and come back to life. This is not GTA. So maybe that's where the kidnapping charges come in. Like, he kidnapped her on the 4th, then he waited till the 18th to kill her, and then they burnt the car. But this is the other thing. When a medical examiner released his report, that girl did not have 1 burn mark on that fucking body. So she wasn't set on fire in the car. So y'all release this shit to the public because y'all trying to cover it up. That's why certain shit ain't making fucking sense. That's why certain shit ain't added up, because it don't make sense. So with that being said, I need somebody to jump in the fucking comments, and I need y'all to break that shit down to me, because it's not making any sense. If she died on the 4th, how did she die again on the 18th? Make that shit make sense. Make it make sense. It don't make sense. And then the stupid ass girl that they interviewed and questioned, the 2 girls that they found the hammer and the fucking contractor bags in her house, she stated, no, nobody has access to this motherfucking phone but me. So you mean to tell me you was pretending to be Keon when you inboxed the girl or text the girl that was your new number? You was the one pretending to be Keon. I cannot make this shit up. Y'all can go look at the videos yourself. Y'all can go do your own little motherfucking research, because I did mine, baby. And when I was watching the videos, I was writing shit down like, oh.
Let's continue. Hold on, gang. Is she on point? Drop the gems. Is she lying? Drop the caps. Is she on point? Let me know.
Hold the fuck up. Unless they're framing him, which I don't think they're framing him, because it was another young lady that came out with a video and that man looked crazy. So I wouldn't put it past if he's one of those possessive niggas that once he got a bitch, he feel like he own her. Is what he's saying when he say go. So I don't believe that, you know, they're framing him. I believe he has something to do with it. But make that shit make sense. How did she die on the 4th and then she died again on the 18th? I need y'all to fucking make that shit make sense to me, because no matter how much you shuffle the cards, it's not making sense.
Hold on, that does make sense. I never thought about that. If she died 20 minutes... Wait. I never thought about this. Think about it. If she died 20 minutes after she came in contact with Keon, how did she... Y'all didn't say the body was like decomposing bad, and because y'all, I'm just wondering, hold on. Think about this. If she died 20 minutes after, how did she die a week ago? You see what I'm saying? Y'all said it was it was still fresh grave, fresh this. Y'all still had her intact. That don't, now that she's, thank you, ma'am. Because now it makes sense. There's no way she could have died 20 minutes after. So did they kidnap her for ransom? Something's not adding up with this Kada Scott situation. Think about it. If she died on the 4th, how did she die on the 18th? Ma'am, you right. Let me run this whole thing back. You right.
Hold the fuck up. Unless they're framing him, which I don't think they're framing him, because it was another young lady that came out with a video and that man looked crazy. So I wouldn't put it past if he's one of those possessive niggas that once he got a bitch, he feel like he own her. Is what he's saying when he say go. So I don't believe that, you know, they're framing him. I believe he has something to do with it. But make that shit make sense. How did she die on the 4th and then she died again on the 18th? I need y'all to fucking make that shit make sense to me, because no matter how much you shuffle the cards, it's not making sense. 1 + 1 gonna always equal fucking 2, not 21, bitch. Make that shit make sense. You cannot die 2 times. On top of that, y'all hit him with kidnap charges. Y'all ain't say where the kidnapping charges came from. Unless the kidnapping charges came from him kidnapping her on the 4th and then killing her on the 18th and then getting rid of her.
That's right. Because how did he kidnap her? If she willingly got in the car with him and set up a meeting with him, that's not kidnapping. Let's keep it a buck, y'all. This lady is making perfect sense. If he picked her up from work willingly, and y'all even said she got in the car willingly. Y'all never said he held her at gunpoint, he threw her in the car. Y'all said she got in the car willingly and set up the meeting with him. And then 20 minutes later, she died. That's not kidnapping. That's just picking somebody up and killing them. Let's just be real. That's not kidnapping or kidnapping for ransom. So why does he have a kidnapping charge if she jumped in the car with him willingly and he took her somewhere willingly and then she died? Allegedly. Something's not adding up with this story. I'm just being real. Somebody's not telling the whole truth. I'm not saying Keon is innocent. I'm not saying this dude is going to get off. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what y'all are telling me doesn't make sense. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what the fuck the truth is, but this shit don't make sense. Hold on. Let's run that back.
18th. I need y'all to fucking make that shit make sense. They're framing him. I believe he has something to do with it. But make that shit make sense. How did she die on the 4th and then she died again on the 18th? I need y'all to fucking make that shit make sense to me, because no matter how much you shuffle the cards, it's not making sense. 1 + 1 gonna always equal fucking 2, not 21, bitch. Make that shit make sense. You cannot die 2 times. On top of that, y'all hit him with kidnap charges. Y'all ain't say where the kidnapping charges came from. Unless the kidnapping charges came from him kidnapping her on the 4th and then killing her on the 18th and then getting rid of her, that's the only way. Especially because all y'all phones was pinging at the same location, everywhere together as a unit. So I wouldn't doubt it if the pops had something to do with it, and that's why the timeline is off, because that's just not making sense. If she died on the 4th, she would not have died again, and the medical examiner would have never said her death date was the 18th. So unless she was kidnapped from the 4th till the 18th. And another thing, you know, he got hit with abuse of a corpse. You know what abuse of a corpse is, right? That means you did something to the body when it was dead. You did something to the body when it was dead. You had fun with her while she was dead. Do y'all understand what the fuck I'm saying? That shit don't make sense. I need y'all to drop it in the fucking comments. I need y'all to make that shit make sense.
She's on point because abuse of a corpse. Let me just see. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Let's check something out real quick. I want you to break down what abuse of a corpse means because I'm covering the Kada Scott situation and Keon King was charged with abuse of a corpse. So what exactly is an abuse of a corpse charge?
Absolutely, Greg. So the charge of abuse of a corpse generally means that someone is accused of treating a deceased person's body in a way that is considered unlawful or disrespectful by law. In many places, the legal definition can vary a bit, but the core idea is that it involves doing something like mutilating, disfiguring, concealing, or otherwise mishandling a dead body. In the context of the Kada Scott case, what that means is that Keon King is being accused not just of any crime related to the death, but specifically of doing something improper with the body after the person had already passed away. The specifics can depend a lot on the local laws and the exact details of what is alleged to have happened, but in general, that's what the charge is about. Let me know if you need more details.
Well, to make it more clear, it's in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Absolutely, that helps narrow it down a bit. So in Pennsylvania, and specifically in Philadelphia, the charge of abuse of a corpse is indeed a criminal offense. Under Pennsylvania law, it typically means that someone has treated a human body in a way that is not only disrespectful, but also violates the legal standards for how a deceased person should be handled. In other words, in Philly, this could involve something like moving the body inappropriately, tampering with it, or doing something that the law considers a serious misuse or mistreatment of a corpse. It's essentially a way for the law to make sure that even after death, there's a certain standard of respect that must be followed. So in Keon King's case, that charge means he's accused of some form of unlawful handling of Kada Scott's body. If you need more context or anything else for your coverage, just let me know.
Alrighty, let's go.
Because baby, I'm not understanding, and I paid attention in school. I don't give a fuck what teacher's teaching this lesson. It don't make sense. Y'all stay woke though. I just get some new tea with this Kada Scott case. Bro, we gonna talk about it. So this was one of my theories, but I never put it up there. I originally thought maybe her boyfriend found out she was talking to the dude and she kept denying it, and he wanted to prove to the other guy that that was his girl and not the other dude, and the dude proved that he was a clown, and it escalated. But we gonna talk about it. So you mean to tell me the Kada Scott girl boyfriend is related, a relative to the brown girl whose phone was used to call her and text her that it was Keon's number? That's crazy. So now it's looking like her boyfriend was the clown and wanted to prove to niggas he wasn't a fucking doormat. So it escalated. That's probably who she was arguing with when the coworker heard her arguing, like, are you dead ass asking me about that right now? And then got into another car. She was arguing with her boyfriend on the phone and then started arguing, got in the car with Keon. And
That was crazy, y'all. That was freaking crazy. I don't know. What y'all think about the Kada Scott situation? Y'all let me know in the chat. What are y'all thoughts on the Kada Scott situation? Y'all let me know. Hold on.
You're gonna commit a crime.
All right, so let's check out this. What the hell is going on in this situation?
Don't
Gabriella Sharp.
get on live. If you are accused of a crime, don't get on live. I don't understand why the immediate reaction is to get on live. Erase that from y'all's doggone memory.
On Friday night, she laughed with friends, posted a few stories, and promised her mom she'd be home soon after prom. Hours later, after the official prom, at 3:40 a.m., she was found lifeless at a racetrack gas station in Lafayette, her phone still beside her. Her plans for the night was cut short. Police say she died suddenly due to something else. But then came the video of her heavily under the influence of something and allegedly groped by two young men while at the party.
He's gonna take consequences for that shit. All that shit was wrong. Nigga was drunk. That shit was wrong as fuck. But as in for y'all saying nigga, man, all that, man, nigga don't do that. Nigga don't play like that, bro.
The two men instantly went online to talk about the incident, then deleted their social media accounts. Now, people are indifferent about what really happened to Gabriella Sharp. Gabriella Sharp never made it home after prom as promised. What actually caused her death? Was she sexually assaulted and then killed, or did she die of ingesting high amounts of narcotics? Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. This story takes us to Lafayette, Louisiana. Lafayette, Louisiana, known for its Cajun roots and vibrant culture, also faces its share of crime. Beneath the music and food lies a city grappling with violent incidents, drug activity, and property thefts that keep police on alert. 18-year-old Gabriella Sharp, a senior at Acadiana High, was supposed to be thinking about college, not tragedy. Her friends say she was happy that week, talking about prom and about life after high school. But before dawn the next morning, police would find her lifeless on a cold stretch of concrete under the fluorescent lights of a racetrack gas station. It was supposed to be a normal night out, but it ended as one of Lafayette's most heartbreaking mysteries. Gabriella wasn't a headline. She was a daughter, a student, a dreamer. Teachers described her as quiet but determined, with a love for dance and a laugh that could fill a room. She lived in Lafayette Parish, a tight-knit place where people notice when someone doesn't come home. That Friday evening, she was just another teenager excited for the weekend, scrolling through her phone, posting stories, making plans. Nobody could have guessed it would be her last night alive. That day was her prom. She left the house promising her mom she will be back safely soon. It went well and she met up with some friend for an after-party. Sometime after midnight, she was seen out with friends, laughing, relaxed, and seemingly safe. But by 3:40 a.m., a 911 call came into the Lafayette Police Department.
Let's continue, y'all. Have y'all heard of the Gabriella Sharp situation? Let me know by dropping the gems if you've heard of it. Drop the eyeballs if you have not. Drop the gems if you have heard of this case. Drop the eyeballs if you have not.
A young woman was found unresponsive at the racetrack on West Congress Street. When officers arrived, they found Gabriella lying near one of the gas pumps. Paramedics tried to revive her, but she was gone. 18 years old, declared dead on the scene. The gas station was soon sealed off with yellow tape. Police lights reflected against the quiet storefronts while detectives moved in silence, photographing the area, collecting her belongings, and reviewing the security footage. As the news spread through Lafayette, confusion turned to heartbreak. How did a healthy 18-year-old girl end up dead in the middle of the night? And what had really happened before she was found?
New this hour, the Lafayette Police Department is currently investigating the death of an 18-year-old girl, Gabriella Sharp. On Friday morning around 3:40 a.m., officers were dispatched to a convenience store off of West Congress Street to a report of an unresponsive female. Officers and paramedics attempted life-saving measures but were unsuccessful. Sharp was pronounced dead at the scene. The cause of death is pending autopsy results, and the incident has not been ruled a homicide. Anyone with information related to this incident is asked to contact the Lafayette Police Department.
Within hours, clips began appearing online. Short, shaky videos said to show Gabriella earlier that night. It showed Jaquan Pierre, Caden Richard, Gabriella, and another friend of Gabriella in the video. People who watched the video claimed they were abusing her while she was the influence of some type of narcotics. Some people claimed they intentionally got her to that level.
It says, I heard about the video. I was told the girl was rugged until she was unconscious and essayed by people who have knowledge. This sounds like a crime, not a medical emergency. Prayers to the family.
So they can have her way with her while she was unconscious. A lot of things were said, including the fact that this same friend of hers set her up by bringing her to the guys' apartments, letting them give her narcotics and leaving her there for them to do whatever they want with her. One of the guys online went online to say his peace of mind after all the drama.
He's gonna take consequences for that shit. All that shit was wrong. Nigga was drunk. That shit was wrong as fuck. But as in for y'all saying, nigga, and all that, man, nigga don't do that. Nigga don't play like that, bro. The fuck? Nigga don't play like that. Y'all get on the Instagram, oh, this nigga, man, all that. When you see him cut his hand off, bitch, come, man, what you would come try to even touch me? The fuck? You dumb? Why would you even try to fucking touch me?
Lafayette police confirmed they were aware of the footage and urged the public not to share it. But online, speculation had already begun. Some said she had been drugged. Others thought she'd collapsed suddenly from a medical issue. Nobody had real answers, only rumors. The coroner's office moved quickly. An autopsy was ordered, and the first report pointed to a possible medical cause, something cardiac related. There were no signs.
Man. What happened to this little girl, man? And these boys, they told me they was drunk, man. We take accountability. We was drunk. Get your goofy ass on, man.
Hello, everyone. It's Alina. I want to take a moment and share with you this breaking news out of Lafayette, Louisiana. The tragic story of Gabriella Sharp, an 18-year-old senior from Acadiana High School who tragically lost her life this past weekend on November 1st. According to the Lafayette Police Department, the body of Gabriella Sharp was found unresponsive at a local convenience store called The Racetrack around 3:40 a.m. What we know as of right now is that there was preliminary findings. We know that the autopsy that they just did indicated that her cause of death was a health-related issue. But as they investigate more, we learn that she attended a house party after homecoming, where there is a video circulating on social media reportedly showing her being sexually assaulted before her death, her untimely death. Two men, Caden Richard and Jaquan Pierre, were arrested in connection with sexual battery and video voyeurism.
We begin today in Lafayette, where police say two men have been arrested in connection to the death of 18-year-old Gabriella Sharp. This comes after police say Sharp was found dead at a local convenience store.
Some on social media are calling it a case of murder, but Lafayette police again saying it is not a homicide investigation at this point. Initially, police said the victim was 21 years old, but they now confirm she was 18 years old, identified as Gabriella Sharp. She was a senior at Acadiana High, which is planning a memorial for her. Autopsy results released today determined the teen died from an unspecified medical condition. As we first reported last night, she collapsed at the Racetrack gas station you see there on West Congress. Authorities say Sharp complained to friends of what felt like a heart attack moments before collapsing. Paramedics were unable to revive her there at the scene. Here's what Lafayette police told us today about the death investigation.
It is still ongoing, so at this point there are no charges pending because at this point it is not a homicide.
Police tell us Sharp and her friends had been out partying downtown. The coroner says the full results of toxicology and other tests are still pending.
Both suspects were released on $15,000 bond. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help Sharp's family with memorial expenses. I also want to take a moment and share with you a video from Prophet PI doing a call to action and giving more details about the case around Gabriella Sharp, 18 years old, life gone too soon. Let's take a moment and watch.
This is a call to action. Lafayette, Louisiana, you guys are up. I'm still gathering a lot of information, but there's a lot of stuff that I've seen that is very disturbing. And there's two people that need to be locked up. This right here is Gabby. She's a high schooler. She's a high school senior. Life ahead of her, fun, bright, everything. And she got into a situation where there were two menaces who gave her some narcotics, I think, unbeknownst to her. And it ended up unaliving her. But while she was laying there...
And Dalana Williams, thank you for that super chat earlier. I forgot to shout you out, but salute to you, Dalana. I appreciate that super chat earlier. Thank you.
Unalive, they were assaulting her. They were SAing her. And the video is very disturbing. I dare not play it and didn't even want to watch the rest of it. But they ended up assaulting this girl with their hands, arms, you name it, they did it. And this girl looked like she was already passed away. And there's no allegedly, because one of them was made a video. They made an Instagram video and was admitting that they were there, trying to say, oh, it wasn't like that. But you were there. You admitted to it. You and your so-called menace partner. Both of them are running their mouth. The first one is Jaquan Pierre. He's 19 years old. The second one is Caden Richard. He's 21 years old. Both of them were menaces. And what they did to that young lady is horrible. It brought straight tears to my eyes, but also made me angry. I am happy, though, that there are enough of y'all out there that are sending those videos straight to the police. The video of him admitting being there at that place, and also the other video that is very, very sick. So I expect an arrest within 48 hours. And what's so disheartening is both of these menaces' mothers are trying to take up for them. They're trying to take up for them, trying to say, oh, not my son. Yeah, your son, your menace. Stop trying to cover their sins. Now, I'm still digging for more information, but from my understanding, she was with another girl and the other girl left her there. If that's so, always remember my saying. Be careful of the friends in your circle because they're not always in your corner. And if that's so, she needs to be charged also because it seemed like it was a setup. We're going to get justice for Gabby. Y'all continue lifting up her family, all her friends. This right here was very sad. Imagine if that was your daughter. So right now, Lafayette, Louisiana, this is a call to action. We need boots on the ground. You see something, you say something. There's my email right there if you want to send anything so I can turn it into the police department. I'm still upset over this right here. I'm finding out more information regarding what happened to Gabby. I already showed you the two menaces, Caden Richard and Jaquan Pierre. Jaquan is 19, Caden is 21. They're both menaces. Their mothers are sitting up here trying to take up for them and whatever I don't know what you're trying to do, quit trying to cover their sins. They're guilty and they're going to jail. Finding out that it happened at the Himbola Apartments. Who apartment were they at? Everything spoken here on out is allegedly. And I'm also finding out the friend that she went with, the so-called friend that she went with, it's a lot of stuff about you. The milk stinks and the water stinks. Her name is Cammie. So what I'm finding out that after that video happened, the sick video, she wasn't at the location anymore in them apartments when the EMTs arrived, right? Her friend called 911 after they went to the racetrack parking lot. Here's my thing. She was turning blue. Somebody had to help put her in that car like that when you got to the racetrack. The milk stinks and the water stinks. You're just as guilty. And I personally think that it was a setup. That whole thing was a setup between you and them two menaces. That right there was foul. We're going to get justice for Gabby and her family. Y'all lift up her family. Continue lifting up the friends. Gabby was somebody's sister, somebody's best friend, somebody's blessing, and you messed that up.
This story is beyond tragic. Gabriella was only 18 years old, just beginning her life with a bright, bright future ahead. I want to take a moment and send my deepest heartfelt condolences to her mother, Laura Manning, and her loved ones, her friends, her entire family, the Lafayette, Louisiana community, her classmates, and all who looked up to her as a source of light, hope. Her bright light will be forever missed. These are words that her mother wrote for her on social media. My gorgeous girl, I can't put RIP. I don't know what to say. I love you forever and will miss you until I'm with you.
Man. R.I.P. to Gabriella. R.I.P. to Gabriella Sharp, man. That's a sad story, bro.
Justice for Gabby is in full effect. They did go ahead and arrest Jaquan and Caden yesterday. Their bond was at $15,000 each, but they did go ahead and bond out. But they are still facing charges. They did go ahead and get booked in. They know that they are going to have to deal with some consequences going forward that they have been accused of per the video that they allowed to be recording them doing inappropriate things to somebody who was very clearly unable to provide consent. So that is a step in the right direction for her and her family. I am very happy to hear that. I do anticipate that it will take a bit of time for that final autopsy, because again, a final and a preliminary autopsy, two different things. But for that final autopsy to come, and sometimes when that does come out, additional charges may be brought to the forefront and they could possibly have some additional charges. Of course, you know, they're still doing interviews, trying to interview people, trying to determine how she got, what she got, when she got it, all of that doggone jazz. That is still, of course, being investigated and will, of course, bring additional things out that could also lead to additional charges going forward. So I am very happy to wake up to that news this morning that they did go ahead and get them arrested yesterday. And the bond amount is fair for the charges that they did give them. So not upset about the bond amount. If you are new here, bond is to make sure you show up to court. It is not to make you be locked up forever. It is so that you are responsible for making sure you return to court when you need to appear in front of the judge. So I'm not mad about the bond amount. Not a problem that they were already bonded out, as long as they are being held accountable and face responsibility for their behavior. So that is a good update for today.
Man, they did that little girl dirty, bro. And they out of jail right now. I wouldn't let nobody like that get a damn bond.
What's up, everybody? All right, you guys. So
we get into another case now. I want to take y'all into another dark part of the internet. Let's go.
We have a missing persons case coming out of Atlanta that is extremely urgent. And it is the missing persons case of 20-year-old Christopher Chapman. Now, from what Chris's family is saying, he left his home on August 10th, 2025, which is this year, to go visit his girlfriend, Micaiah. So Christopher is autistic, and although he can do things on his own, his mother still helps him with the day-to-day, and she helps him get through life. So his family is saying that after he left, they tried to reach him multiple times, but they couldn't reach him. Now, he also had an air tag, and they noticed that the air tag had been turned off. But on October 12th of this year, they started receiving messages from a fake number asking for Christopher's belongings. Now, they asked for his PlayStation and other things. This is when the family took the time to say, hey, can we speak to Chris? Where is he? Now, they're assuming that this is the girlfriend communicating with them, but they still don't talk to Christopher. On October 22nd, they receive another message from this girlfriend, and this is when she tells the family, hey, Christopher is actually missing. So from what the girlfriend told the family, her and Christopher went to Atlanta. The family don't know how they got from Texas to Atlanta because Christopher didn't have an ID. Now they're in Atlanta, they're visiting, but around October 10th or 11th, they end up getting into an argument at Lenox Mall. So Micaiah is saying that whenever they get into these arguments, Christopher would just run off. And that is what she's saying happened on this day. Now, Micaiah has made multiple videos on her page addressing this situation. I'm not going to insert her videos, but her page is public. And she's basically saying, hey, I don't owe anybody an explanation about anything that's going on between me or Chris. Now, Micaiah is a trans woman, and she's saying that Christopher knew that she was trans and he accepted that. But as of right now, the family is not worried about that situation as a relationship. They're worried about the whereabouts of Christopher because they can't get a hold of him. Now, the girlfriend is saying, look, I called the morgue, I called the hospital, I called shelters. I even called...
The story that keeps on story. You ran off with a trans woman to Atlanta and disappeared.
At the jail, and Christopher is not there. But my thing is this, you guys. If Christopher went missing around the 10th or the 11th, why did you send the family a message on the 12th asking for his belongings? Now, Christopher is 20 and Micaiah is 19. They are very young, but still, the fact that you're the person that took him out to Atlanta, knowing that he's autistic, there should be a little bit more compassion about the situation and a little bit more compassion with the family. Now, one thing that really rubbed me the wrong way, being an autism mommy, is the fact that since all of this has taken place, the girlfriend has now started to post explicit things between her and Chris. And as of right now, I feel like the fact that we don't know where Chris is, we don't know if he's hurt, he's injured, something bad could have happened. So why would you turn around and post those type of things knowing that this man is missing? Now, to me, that wasn't right in my eyes, and I really didn't like that. I'm more concerned about getting Christopher's case out there, putting his face out there so we can bring him home. Because next week will make a month that Christopher was last seen. Now, Lenox Mall should have a lot of cameras. There should have been somebody that saw something. There was an argument that took place. Did anybody see this argument? Where did Chris disappear to, and why hasn't he come up? Why didn't he call his girlfriend? Why didn't he call his family? This is what scares me about this entire situation. Now, if you have any information on the disappearance of Christopher Chapman, please contact police in Atlanta. I will keep you guys updated. Please blow this up, share this. Let's bring Chris home.
So he ran off with a trans, and then the trans wanted his PlayStation? What the fuck is going on?
Now, you guys, we have been working on the case of Chris Chapman, who was missing out in Atlanta, Georgia. So earlier, I did a video letting you guys know that Chris is autistic, and he was last known to be with his girlfriend, Micaiah. Now, y'all, as I'm digging into this case, more things are starting to stand out. Chris's family says that he left around August and hasn't been seen since. Now, Micaiah claims like they went to Lenox Mall, they got into some type of disagreement, and Chris ran off. She hasn't seen him since October 10th or 11th. She's changed the dates a couple times. Now, what's kind of strange to me is Micaiah didn't start posting the content with Chris until October. On Micaiah's TikTok, that first TikTok is posted on October 4th. But Micaiah is not a stranger to TikTok. She's had multiple videos go viral. So it's kind of odd to me that the month that your boyfriend goes missing is the month that you start to post him. Also, what I found strange, y'all, is Micaiah created an Instagram account in October of 2025. Like I said again, October is significant. After creating this Instagram page, she then followed the Black and Missing Foundation. Now, I'm guessing that Micaiah gave the Black and Missing Foundation the information about Chris's disappearance. And they posted this on October 21st. Now, they also spelled Chris's name wrong. So if she messaged them and told them his information, that means she spelled his name wrong. Now, she comments on this post. She says, "Hey, I'm the girlfriend. I haven't seen Chris since October 11th. Somebody replied to her comment and said, "Hey, well, the flyer actually says you last saw him on the 10th. So a lot of people probably feel like, well, it's the 10th, the 11th is not like a big deal, but it is. If you wrote them only about 10 days after he went missing, you should know the exact date and time that you last saw him. This is not like years down the line or months down the line and you can't remember the actual day. Was it October 10th or was it October 11th? On the family's Instagram post, it says that Micaiah didn't tell them that he was missing until October 22nd, which would mean, y'all, instead of calling his family and saying, "Hey, is Chris with y'all? I can't find Chris," you made an Instagram account, contacted the Black and Missing Foundation, and basically created this whole account saying that Chris was missing before you even contacted the family. Chris could have been back with his family. Now, let me say this. Chris has still not been located. She's on TikTok saying that he's been found. She's telling people to go watch her Bigo live, but when you go on the live, she's only staying live for a few minutes before exiting out. This is not a game. I know a lot of people say that Chris is high functioning, but you can clearly watch these videos on Micaiah's page and tell that something is going on in this situation and the dynamic is totally off. Autism can go either way, you guys. You can have somebody with autism that can be nonverbal. They can't communicate with you. Some people don't do well in social settings, but you have some people that do very well in social settings and can communicate things. You have some people that can do basic things in life, but they really don't understand the concept of what's going on. And y'all, this is what it seems like in Christopher's case. I went over his TikTok videos a numerous amount of times. Chris is a very smart individual, but it looks like he can be easily manipulated and he is not very aware of the things that's going on. Now, also, there have been people saying that they've spotted him in Atlanta walking. So please be on the lookout for him, you guys. And if you see him, contact the police. I will keep you guys updated. Comment below and let me know your thoughts.
What do y'all think of that? That's a crazy, crazy story, right? Let's continue.
What's up, everybody? All right, you guys, so we have an extremely great update in the case of Christopher Chapman. Christopher's mother just took to social media to share that he has been located and they have taken him back to Houston. Now, she's saying that Chris's mental state is not in the best place and this is going to be a very long road to recovery. His mom also says that he was taken advantage of. Y'all, this is a sad situation, but I'm very happy that Chris is home. I will keep you guys updated. From what I'm gathering, the mother is supposed to make a statement. And y'all, the way everybody rallied together to make sure that Chris's face was out there is probably the reason why he was found safe. I will keep you guys updated, but please keep Chris in your prayers.
Somebody still should be charged, though. Why don't anybody ever get charged for anything?
Now, you guys, a lot of people have been asking me questions about how Chris was found and more details about the situation. So I sat down and I watched a live stream of Chris's mom, Miss Nicole. So tensions were running very high. You have to think about it. Her son had just got back home. So from what I'm gathering, they got a call to come get Chris because Chris was found in Atlanta. Now, from what Miss Nicole is saying, Chris was living on the streets. Now, let's remember, Micaiah was saying that Chris went missing at Lenox Mall. They got into an argument and Chris ran off. Well, his mom is saying that that's not the case. And they don't believe that they were ever at Lenox Mall. So Atlanta PD did get the footage from that day that Micaiah said they was at the mall. And remember, Micaiah said that they were in the food court when they got into an argument. Well, they were not even on that footage. Now, she also went on to say that the day that Chris went missing, October 10th, that very next day, Micaiah actually went to Miami. And this is when she started texting the family saying, "Hey, can I have Chris's PS5? And the mom is saying that she played along because she wanted to know where Chris was. So she was like, "Yeah, you know, I can send Chris money. At first, just let me talk to Chris." Now, Micaiah played the mother like she was at work and should have Chris call her when she gets back home. Now, remember, the family didn't know at this time that he was missing. Micaiah didn't tell them until October 22nd, which was about 2 weeks later. Now, during these conversations, she also asked Micaiah about Chris's phone because Chris had an iPhone 16. Y'all, listen to what the mother said about that conversation.
I need to hear him say that. I said, baby, yeah, I need to talk to him. Do he need some money? I said, but the only way I'm going to send some money if I talk to my son. So the next day, oh, I'm at work. He ain't called you yet. I'm at work.
Now, this absolutely was a game to Micaiah. She did not care about Christopher. Chris has a mom, a bio dad, a stepdad. Everybody loves him deeply. Micaiah met this vulnerable person on the internet and she began to use him. Now, we know that Micaiah is now saying that she has this incurable disease and she doesn't know if Christopher has it. But y'all, I'm going to be complete.
Oh, incurable disease. And she go, Chris, that sounds like a home in Virginia. That's a big house in Virginia that you can't get rid of. You know, the mortgage on that motherfucker is for life.
Honest, I think this is another way to get attention. Once she made that video saying, I'm a trans girl with an autistic boyfriend, the video started to go viral and people started to watch her page just to see this dynamic. But now that Chris is back home with his mother, Micaiah is not going to have that content anymore. I believe she was selling Christopher's items, and I 100% believe she was making money off of the Twitter videos that she was posting of her and Chris. Now, y'all, I really hope the mother presses charges, especially if she gave him something that he can't get rid of. Y'all, I'm an autism mommy, and this really made me sick to my stomach. Because if it had been me and my child and my son that somebody was playing with like that, I would have been in jail the first day. Now, I'll keep you guys updated, and it's still justice for Christopher.
All right, somebody said, I hate to send you a link, gang, but trust me, the video is about an unsolved unaliving in Jennings, Louisiana. What happened to Gabriella Sharp? It could be connected. This will be a tough one, Ratchet, if you pursue the Gabriella Sharp case. Law enforcement, politicians, judges, mayors, city officials, and business owners, powerful people, and it goes high up. Unfortunately, to confirm a connection, you will have to dig and maybe go down a rabbit hole with the Gabriella Sharp situation. No matter what, she deserves justice. But deep down, I'm feeling it's connected. I sent you a message on TikTok with a profile to a lady in Jennings who has tons of proof to back up what she claims. I do not know her personally, but she has been trying to get this exposed for years now. I know for sure you can find out if she's legit. There has been several unalivings in the Louisiana 337 area code. Houston is literally a day trip for anyone in the 337 and Lafayette area. I know because I was born and raised there recently. A lot of unalivings in the Lake Charles area as well. Suspicious to me because, hold on, what did it say? Because this doesn't normally happen there. Can't lie. I don't have any proof myself and of this all connected, but my gut is telling me otherwise, Ratchet. Unalivings on the bayou or Google the Jennings 8. I'm looking now to see what Houston will say about the 8 bodies found in the area, all in water. I don't know, Ratchet. Something seems off. And the last person I heard to even do a documentary and speak to locals, he was later found deceased. It was declared an unaliving, but family and friends said he wouldn't do something like this. When I locate his name, I will send it to you. See, just gonna give me a damn case that's gonna get me knocked off. She said, I'm just gonna give you the goddamn case, Ratchet. Last nigga got touched, but I'm gonna give it to you though. I'm gonna look at it with my team, and we gonna see about it. I don't know about that one, but what the she said, look, the last nigga that touched this case got touched, but I'm gonna give it to you though. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But nah, we'll check it out, man. I'm gonna look into it. We will check that shit out. Now we'll look into it. Hold on. Let's get this going. Hold on. Ratchet gang, what the fuck? Tonight, epic night, man. Hold on. Epic night. Salute to the gang, man. We gonna get in the Discord server and talk about all this. So don't leave. Come to my Discord server. Mods can drop the link to the Discord server. Now look, you got two choices. If you're on an Android, you should be able to click the Discord server link. If you're on an iPhone, you're gonna have to copy and paste it. Or other way around. I can't remember. I think it's that way though. I think Android, you will be able to click on it. iPhone, you will not. So yeah, iPhone you cannot. Android you cannot. I'm looking at it now. Hold on. All right, so you should be able to click the link if you're on an Android. If you're on an iPhone, copy and paste that link that my mods are posting. Let's Let me drop the link one time for y'all just in case y'all say it don't work. Let me see. We got 7,613 people in the Discord server. We've been going up on this damn Discord server here lately. Let me copy the link. Let me paste the link right here. All right, there's the link right there. All right, so we should be done with the poll. The poll ended up being 52%. Everybody wants to talk about David tonight, which that's a crazy. All of these stories is crazy that I presented for y'all tonight, man. So make sure y'all come over to our Discord server, man. Everybody come over to our Discord server right now, and we gonna get shit started. Yeah, everybody go to Discord, man. We finna get off here in a second, and we're gonna go over to Discord. So if you are in my Discord server, meet us over in voice chat. We're gonna be talking about all these cases, and we're gonna link in some shit. I'm gonna show my people this Bayou 8 or whatever you call it, and we're gonna look at that probably tonight, tomorrow. And we're going to see if it's a case that we want to pick up. If not, sorry, we just won't. But we might. We'll look into it. Salute to the gang, man. Everybody come to the Discord server. If you're not in our Discord server, get to our Discord server. We will be chopping it up. We've been having hundreds and hundreds of people kicking with us every night. We're going to talk about Kada Scott tonight on Discord. We're going to talk about Gabriella Sharp. We'll talk about David. We'll talk about all the cases that we covered over here. So we'll look more into this. And so everything we covered tonight, we'll look more into it on the Discord server. Man, we've been here for 3 hours. I'm tired and I'm hungry. Salute to everybody in the game. And are y'all ready to get over to Discord? If y'all are ready to get over to Discord, drop the gems in the chat right now. Let me know. If y'all ready to get over to Discord, drop the gems in that chat right now. This your boy Big Ratchet, man. Y'all know how we do it over here. Hold on, man. Hey, gang. We finna get ready to get started in just a second on Discord, but for right now, y'all know what time it is. Let's jam a song before we get up out of here and get everybody over to the Discord server. Let's go, man.
Mess with my mind, turn down the lights, you know I do. I'm so into you,
Girl, you know that you so sweet and you taste just like a peach. You can't get away from me, baby. And I know I make you weak. You try to take a break from me, but you can't get away from me, baby. Girl, taste like candy, taste so good, nicknamed the brandy. Can't nobody understand me. Half the time she cannot stand me. Girl, you so sexy, I'ma let you rock my necklace. I think that you need a vacate, cause you look like you've been stressing. You stressing me every time you get away from me. But faithfully, you promised that you'd always find your way to me. And patiently, I'm holding on to every word you say to me. Don't play with me, I knew that you was never really gonna wait for me. So sweet and you taste just like a peach. You can't get away from me, baby. And I know I make you weak. You try to take a break from me, but you can't get away from me, baby. Come sit it right on my face. I'ma eat all the food off your plate. Fuck a breath, we can't take no breaks. Take a dick, don't tell me wait. You know the record, let's set this straight. Pin you down to the bed, let me seal your fate. Now he's blowing up your phone and I know you gotta go. But hit D&D, cause that nigga gotta wait. Cause he's stressing me every time you get away from me. But faithfully, you promised that you'd always find your way to me. And patiently, I'm holding on to every word you say to me. Don't play with me, I knew that you was never really gonna wait for me. Never really run away from me. I'm so into you. Was never really run away from me.
Talk about it. That's coming soon, man. Y'all be on the lookout, man. It's your boy Big Ratchet. That's Ratchet Gang. And this is Ratchet TV. Until next time, which will be tomorrow night. Mo3's anniversary for his death date. Salute to Mo3. Long live Mo3. We'll be back tomorrow night with some type of Mo3 content. You might have forgot. Hell, they might have forgot. But you already know I'm the motherfucking king. I'm gone, gang. I gotta go, man. Salute to everybody in the building, man. I'll catch y'all on my Discord server. We gone, gang.